get a moment of your time?
Yeah.
Smoke a little, life's a game of chess. Drugs, guns, who just got me on the run? Let me shine a little light. Can I get a moment of your time?
Yeah, we here.
Smoke a little, life's a game of chess. Drugs, guns, who just got me on the run? Let me shine a little light.
Yeah. Welcome to Hoodstock, everybody.
What up?
Today is Sunday, May 26, 2019. The time is 1:19 p.m. Hoodstock's episode number 2. Let me introduce you to hip-hop beat maker, producer, old school DJ, also known as LA Style. If you don't know, now you know. Yes, if you don't know, now you know. When it comes to the frontline fight against gentrification, the voice Northeast LA. He runs one of the most powerful community pages on Facebook. The one, the only, my good friend, Mando Medina. Yeah.
Like that crowd. It's a huge crowd.
It's a huge crowd, my boy. I'm telling you, dog. I can't believe we fit all these people in this little room right now,
like,
dog.
Yeah, like, how do you do it? Some people go like fucking 5 foot and shit.
Yeah, no, I know. It's like fucking, this room's like fucking 10 by 15 or something like that. And it sounds like we got 1,000 people, but sometimes, you know what I mean? It'd be like that, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah, cool.
It'd be like that. How you doing, dog?
Cool, dog. All right, lucky.
You good?
Yeah, good.
I mean, you're looking good, dog. You're looking healthy, bro.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, is that right? Yeah, you know what? I had a little health scare a couple months ago. Like, I went to the doctor for some bullshit. And they checked my blood pressure. Like, damn, dude, you about to have a motherfucking heart attack.
Oh, is
it was
that right?
high, yeah. So I'm like, oh, you know what? So they gave me pills. And, so now I'm just watching what I eat.
That's good, bro.
Yeah, because, like, when a couple of my friends had heart attacks already and shit. Like,
I mean, there was that one dude that produced the movie. What movie did he produce?
Oh,
that
yeah,
black
John
dude?
Singleton.
John Singleton. He was 51, had a heart attack. Who else? There was another dude, a movie star that just had a heart attack too. He was about 51 as well, dog.
Yeah. But
fuck, I forget this dude's name, dog. We all know him too. But anyways, you got to take care of your health, my boy.
Yeah,
100%.
for sure. Yeah, you just watch what you eat, man, because
it's hard.
that shit catch. I know, right? Like, dude, you fucking go by a taco truck. You're like, I
mean, especially when you're living in Highland Park, bro. You know what I mean? And
right?
like Highland, you know what I mean? You trying to eat healthy on some salads and shit in every corner you turn, homie.
Right?
You know what I mean? It's fucking tacos and burritos, dog.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what's crazy, bro? Man, dog. It's the way they do it, bro. But it's more expensive to eat healthier than. You know what I mean? Like, fucking healthy food is expensive, bro.
It is, dog.
Have you ever been to fucking Whole Foods?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
the buffet and shit, they go by the pound.
Yeah.
And you get like a chicken and some green beans, and then it's like fucking $10.50 or something like that. You're like, what the fuck? Like,
I mean, maybe that's the recipe of eating healthy, dog, is like, we're going to make this shit so expensive that you're going to only be able to afford this amount of food.
That's how they get you, right? And then you think about it, like, like low-income families and stuff, like, they want us to die and shit because they keep the shit. Everything's expensive, right? Like all the healthy foods.
Yeah. And then you can go get some carne asada for $1.99 a pound, homie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
2 tacos for $1, Jack in the Box and shit, right?
Yeah. No, I know, dog, right? Those fucking 2 tacos, man, they've been killing the game for a long time. Like Jack in the Box, homie. I know. Like, I don't know what the fuck's in that taco, bro.
It's good.
But at 3 in the morning, homie, that shit is good as fuck.
6 tacos and shit.
Hey, bro, I taken that 2 tacos. I mean, I don't really fuck with them no more, bro. But like once in a while, I just be like, you know what, fuck it. I'm just gonna get it in for old school time's sake, whatever you call it. Right. But now what I do is I'll go through, I'll get the 2 tacos for 99 cents, and then I'll fucking put buttermilk in that bitch, homie. Dog, put buttermilk and hot sauce. That shit's bomb. That shit is stupid bomb, dog.
Yeah, they got like a menu for like people getting high. Have you seen that shit? Jack in the Box, they put like French fries, onion rings, all kinds of shit in a little box.
No.
Yeah. It's like they got like five items. It's like,
oh yeah. No, I seen that shit.
Yeah.
I seen that. Hey, you should put your shit over here, bro. You want to put that to face it?
No, that's cool.
It's cool like that?
Yeah, it's cool like that. Yeah.
All right, cool.
Hope they can hear me.
Hey, no, they can hear you, dog. Hey, shout out to Mondo's live right now on FB. Shout out to everybody tuning in.
Yeah. Plug your station.
Hey, if you're live on FB right now, what you can do is you can go to Hoodstocks. You can go to Hoodstocks on YouTube. Dial in Hoodstocks, subscribe. You catch us live right now, and you can comment live. You can subscribe. Feel free to call in through Messenger at Lucky Sun Zoo. You got any questions? But anyways, dog, it's good to have you here, bro.
Yeah, thanks, man. It's good to be here. I haven't seen you in a minute.
And it's been a cool minute, dog. I mean, I think I met you maybe over 10 years ago.
Has it been 10 years?
Yeah, it has been, dog.
Damn.
Yeah, time flies, my boy. Time flies.
2008, huh?
Yeah, we had a mutual a friend, Big E.
Yeah. Eric, yeah. I'm gonna talk about him because gentrification actually.
I mean,
he's a story.
Like I don't want to like skip any chapters because we need to I want to start from the beginning with you, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But real quick though, dog, before we get into all that, Big E, bro, like he goes, Luck. I said, what's gentrification? He goes, Luck, you don't know what gentrification is? And I'm like,
he told you?
Yeah, he's the one that told me, bro.
All right.
He told me what gentrification, and he goes, bro, this is what gentrification is, and this is what's happening here. It means when the new come and uproot the old. He goes, that's gentrification. And I said, oh shit, okay. And then but yeah.
Yeah, so he told you, huh? Yeah, there's a story behind how I started.
Was it from him?
But he never told me that. Like, I'll tell the story real quick. What happened was we're hanging out in front of his house, and then this is like 2009 after the market crashed, the real estate market crashed. So, all the house values went down, and in Highland Park was around 300,000, right?
Yeah.
So we're kicking outside, and some white guy buys a house across the street from his house.
Yeah.
And the white guy buys it for like 420, and it was like 120 over market price.
Yeah.
So he was like all fucking pissed, and he was like, nah, you don't understand. This is not good. He was always dogging him out. But my ignorant mind was like, okay, this brought the value up from my mom's house.
Yeah.
Right?
100%. You should feel like that.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not an ignorant mind, bro.
See,
there's two sides of that.
There's two sides of the story, right? Yeah, because a lot of people are like, who are
homeowners.
I call mortgage owners because they own a mortgage. They don't straight out own the house. But yeah, the homeowners. Yeah. Who their value of the house goes up, and then they can borrow more off of their equity. Right. Yeah. So they're for this gentrification.
Well, the people that made it through the fucking recession.
Yeah.
The people that made it through the recession. Yeah. However, because a lot of people
lost their house.
Yeah, lost their fucking house, dog. And that's what. Well, where do we start, dog? Where do we start, bro? Where do we start? So check it out. This dude right here, as I announced, he's got one of the most powerfulest community pages on Facebook.
It has power, yeah, because it's a community page.
Yeah, and the more people, the more power, right?
Exactly, and the more knowledge I'm gonna try to put out there so people can know. And that's why I always say knowledge is power, community power, because the more knowledge that our community, because there's a lot of stuff that I learned out these years that we didn't know and that we should know. Yeah. And how the city works and all the whole plan. It's a master plan by the city.
So let's get into that, dog. But let's also back on real quick though, your page, though, bro. Oh, yeah, like for people that don't know what's going on with gentrification. Yeah, on a certain side of the fence, which is the people being affected in a negative way by gentrification, because there are people being affected in a positive way by gentrification, and that's people, mortgage owners, like you said, and business owners. You know what I mean? They're profiting from it, but there's a lot of people that aren't profiting from it, and they're getting fucking trampled. They're getting slammed there. But anyways. If I'm a person that doesn't live in that area or that particular city that's being gentrified, and I'm ignorant to what gentrification is, because there's a lot of people that is, I can go to your page, bro. You can go to this dude's page, and you can just fucking read the comments. You can read the post, and you'll be like, there's so many people, the community, all those people, man. It's like a bunch of heads just putting their heads together, and everybody's just like, they have some responses are funny, and some people are serious about their comments they put on there, and everyone's got something to say about maybe possibly the solution or this or that. You know what I mean? Yeah. And it's pretty cool to just kick back and read. You know what I mean? And but anyways, bro, you've been at the forefront of this since the beginning. And I just want to know, bro, and I'm sure everyone else wants to know, like, what put you on this path, bro? What put you on this mission? Because I mean, you are on a mission, dog. You're on a mission.
I try not to.
This is like you got a job on top of a job.
I know, right? It's like,
and they're counting on you, bro.
I know, dude. It's like, and sometimes I want to stop. It's like, fuck, it's too much, dude. Because there's a lot of stress. There's a lot of fucking shit, dude. Like, fuck. And sometimes I'm like, you know what, I need to back off, you know. But then something fucking always happens.
Triggers you.
Yeah, like fuck.
Something triggers you.
Something triggers me, like these motherfuckers.
You go down the street and you see that one fucking gentrified furniture company with all their fucking furniture on the sidewalk, and they're getting away with it.
Right? Yeah,
you know
it's a Latina too, right? And she was like, "Oh, but I'm Latina, so I get a pass." I'm like, "No, you don't get a pass because you're Latina. You know, you're catering to the gentrified. You know, you're capitalizing on gentrification because." You know, her chairs are like $800, and these are old ass chairs.
That's crazy, bro.
Like, I can't afford. I'm not gonna buy that shit.
$800 chair.
Yeah. So you know,
that's crazy.
That's one of the arguments too. Is like, well, I'm Latino. Like, it's even worse because you're part of the problem.
Check it out real quick before we get into your story, bro. I was talking to the homie Steven that owns New York Cuts last night.
Oh, is that right?
And that's the homie right there, bro.
Oh, is that right?
That's the homie, bro.
Okay,
Like he's from the turf, dog. You know what I mean? Like his family, like they're not fucking hipsters, bro. So he said, I was talking about the podcast, and I go, hey, I got Mando Medina. Medina coming on tomorrow, and he goes, oh, fucking, hey, fool, he put me on blast on. He goes, he put me on blast on his page talking about what you say, bro.
Nah, because I meet a lot of people in the neighborhood.
Wait, hold on, here it comes. My bad, sorry about that, dog.
So then what happened was, I was talking to some lady, right? And she's actually a gentrifier and shit. She was like, you know what? She was, I was at the tropical market, right? So shooting down, and some fucking fool with the MAGA hat comes out of the New York Cuts.
Yeah.
Right? And he goes, buys the avocado, and he goes back in, and she was like, you know, that fucker works there, and he's a fucking Trump supporter. I'm like, no way. You serious? She goes, yeah.
Oh, shit.
So I'm like, hey, fucking New York Cuts got some fucking MAGA Trump supporter working there and shit.
I mean, that's all bad if that's it, dog. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, and then someone's like, yeah, their fucking haircuts are like $45 and shit, right? I'm like, these motherfuckers, right? I don't know. I'm just like, dude, you got fucking MAGA people there working and shit. Your fucking haircuts are like $40. But I found out their haircuts are not that. I think like $30 or something like that. But
damn, they went up then. I used to get my hair cut there back in the day and shit. Down, I was getting my lineups and fades and shit. And like that's the little homie's big brother right there. And anyways, they're part of the family, dog. But
okay, yeah.
But anyway, they used to be like $20, dog. Now they $30. But
yeah. No, you know.
I mean, bro, check it out.
If I could sell a $10 fucking vegan taco, then I'll do it. You know, like, because these fucking people are stupid about it. You
gotta capitalize on it, bro. I mean, I talked to him yesterday, bro. You know what I mean? I said, I'm gonna fucking give you a hard time about it, but hey, you got a legitimate gripe to post that shit.
Oh,
dog.
yeah, dude. I'm like, well, that's what came out. I'm like, you're gonna fucking do wearing a MAGA hat?
I mean, let's put it on blast. But it's crazy about it is it got to him, dog.
Oh yeah. Because,
quick.
Oh no, because that's the part with the page and shit. Because like, once I put shit out there, dude, they just like fucking goes rapid, dude, like a fucking something like a virus, like a viral, right?
Yeah.
And then they'll be communicating with each other and shit, and you know, and like I've affected a lot of businesses, you know, like it's because it's a community. They go after, and we'll give some examples, but yeah, like you know, people don't like MAGA people, right? Because they're fucking racist and shit. So you got some fool wearing a MAGA hat. You know, but again, see, I had to learn. I had to step because I took it down right away, like within a couple hours. Like it was only like a couple hours.
It got to him though.
but I had to learn. Like I had to verify shit, right? Because like I didn't really understand how much like the page affects a lot of shit, and I'll get into it.
Yeah,
but like I didn't grasp that, you know, because I'm just some fool talking shit on the internet in reality, right?
Yeah,
that's how I started.
Yeah,
just talking shit, right?
Yeah,
that's all I do, right? Just talk shit.
But then once you start talking shit, as people start listening, and you're like, oh, hold up,
yeah. They're like, oh yeah. So I had to step back a couple of times, not that one incident, but like a couple of incidents where I'm like, okay, I need to step back and first of all verify it, right?
Yeah,
and then think about how it's going to affect that person or entity, whatever it is, because it does affect them.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So I took down that post with a couple, maybe 2 hours, like 2 or 3 hours.
Yeah,
because I couldn't verify it.
Hey, that's cool, dog.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, but I mean, if you got dudes from with wearing MAGA hats, fucking working at your spot, dog. Like, I mean,
and it's some lady that
that shit ain't cool, bro.
Yeah,
you know,
maybe but I didn't verify if he worked there or if he was just a customer.
Yeah, for sure. So hey, so check it out, dog. How did it all start, man? Like, what put you on this mission, man?
So let's see, where did I start? Okay, so let's go back to Eric, right? So that story, right? He was just telling me that that it wasn't a good thing, and and I thought, well, shit, it's a good thing because I brought the value of my mom's house up, right?
Yeah.
And then after that, I saw it was like 2008 when that's when Cafe de Leche came in and the York Bar, right? And when me and my friend, he'll know a smoke shop. He's like, oh, the it's changing and shit.
Yeah.
We should capitalize it. And I was like, yeah, let's do it. Fuck it, right? Because we saw, it was early on. We didn't understand what was gonna happen.
You didn't understand how it
was
gonna catch fire.
Yeah, we don't understand that. Right? We're like, oh, let's fucking start a business. We're trying to figure it out whatever. Yeah. But we never did. But and then I saw a documentary on the mission in San Francisco. And I'm watching it and shit, and then all the same things that were happening in Highland Park were happening in the mission, and they documented it. And then there's one scene, I remember there's one fucking scene that they were interviewing this guy, and they're walking around their neighborhood, and these kids were playing at a basketball court, and then these fucking tech hipsters come up to go, hey, get the fuck out of here, right? This is our fucking neighborhood now, right? And they're filming this shit, right? The guy's like, what the fuck? So he goes up to the tech people. They're like, what the fuck? These kids are playing here. They're like, nah, fuck that. This is our neighborhood now, right? We own this shit. I'm like, fuck, this is what's going to happen in Highland Park, This is exactly what's going to happen in Highland Park. So I saw this, I'm like, damn. So I started going on social media, like the neighborhood council, and there's other Highland Park social medias. And I was like, hey, these fucking newcomers are coming, and, it's not good. I never said white people. I just always call them newcomers. I would still be called a racist and shit.
Yeah.
And I was trying to explain to people, hey, this is not good. But then again, they're like, nah, it's good for the property value. Shut the fuck up. You're racist. So I started getting kicked out of all the social media Highland Park pages. I actually got kicked out every single page.
Yeah.
Even the neighborhood council page, right? Like, what the fuck, right? So I had to fucking start my own page. I just did it. And at the same time, the NELA Alliance, they did this campaign where they went down York Boulevard and they started putting eviction signs on all the gentrified businesses, because they knew what was up.
They're already up on it.
They're up on it, and they organized already early.
Yeah.
So I was like, damn, that's cool, right? Because I stopped and I was talking to them and shit. I'm like, you know what? I want to get involved, right? Because I saw this documentary. And they're like, yeah. Come to our next meeting. So I went to the next meeting, and we decided to do like a renters workshop.
Yeah.
Like the first one. So we did.
I remember when you guys were doing those.
Yeah. So putting out flyers, and at the time, what was happening is the landlords were kicking out the Latinos like in 30 days because they didn't know the rights at all, right? Because they're like, hey, in 30 days, get the fuck out, right?
Yeah.
Especially
the mothers were like, okay.
Yeah, okay, right?
Yeah,
because they don't know, right? Yeah. They don't know the rights, and and a lot of them, they want to be like ICE be called on because that's one of the threats they do is they'll say, exactly. I'll call ICE on you and shit.
Yeah.
So a lot of them moved out in the beginning, like a lot. So we started doing renters' rights workshops and shit. So that's how it really started, and I started the page, and that's all I really did was just talk shit, right? On the post, blah blah blah, or whatever.
So that's basically how it started. Then you watch this documentary,
yeah,
and it just fucking sparked a fucking fuse or whatever the fuck in your fucking head, dog, and you were just like, fuck, man.
Yeah,
it's coming for us. You've seen it.
Yeah, I was trying to warn people.
And nobody else has seen this shit. No one else has seen this shit.
Nobody, because we don't know, right? We don't know what the fuck gentrification is. Like, what the fuck? Because, it's our community. And I remember back then, people were like, nah, you're a racist, blah, 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 blah. But after years and years of people seeing their families and friends getting kicked out, of all their businesses getting fucking kicked out. And then now, we're at this point where everybody's fucking pissed off. They're like fucking outraged and shit. Like you could go to down York Boulevard, Figueroa, talk to any Latino, and you ask them about what's happening, and they don't like it. Like they don't like it. Like
they don't like it. The ones that don't like it is the big percentage of community that doesn't own businesses.
Yeah,
and doesn't own property. These are the fucking
yeah.
lower. The thing about gentrification that I've learned, bro, is that so what fucks everything up is as the city's getting gentrified, of course, the housing market's going up, prices of everything are going up. Like even our own barbershops, our own homie barbershops and shit, right? Dog. You gotta charge $30 for a cut now, bro.
Yeah, Yeah.
But like, so a lot of other companies and shit, they're not playing. The motherfuckers aren't seeing a raise in their fucking wage, bro. And this is the problem, dog. With gentrification, bro, everything is getting expensive, but our fucking our wages are staying the same, bro.
Yeah.
So if our wages are staying the same, homie, then what are they doing, dog? They're fucking trying to get rid of everybody in this bitch, dog. You know what I mean? They're saying, hey, you know what? You guys need to go to Palmdale. You need to go to San Bernardino.
Vegas.
You need to get the fuck out of California right now, because right now we're uprooting everything. Exactly. You know what I mean? The people that are the gentrifiers, the hipsters, the newcomers, whatever you want to call them, you know what I mean? And no, I'm not racist, you know?
Yeah.
But like, bro, where are they getting the money? Are they fucking rich kids, or you know what I mean? Like, cause what jobs are they just holding the fucking hierarchy jobs? Or
I know,
like,
where are they at, right? Like, they don't get that money too, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like, bro, like, how are they affording this shit? Are they not affording it? Are they fucking? Is it a code? Are they realizing like, fuck, you know what I mean? We put the bar so high, now it's over our fucking head. You know?
Exactly right. So what's happening is they are actually outpricing themselves. So like the greed is so fucking out of control. Like Don Figueroa, the little businesses, they're going for like $10,000, right? To lease.
Wow.
Like, what the fuck are you gonna sell?
I mean, where do you get that money?
Yeah.
Where's that money coming from?
Yeah. So one of the business that went out was tinfoil. You know, because their rent went up. They were paying $8,000 a month, and then their rent went to like $10,000.
Tinfoil. So like, what kind of business would name their business Tinfoil?
I got no idea. It was the coldest beer in town, the little liquor store.
Okay.
Yeah, you know.
So they changed that to Tinfoil.
Yeah. They got kicked out.
Okay, and that's the one that had the fucking secret deli in the back.
Exactly.
You'd have to ask for fucking I forget what the code was.
It was a password.
It was a password, and they would say, "Oh, sure." You know what I mean? I went there one time, bro.
Oh, is that right?
I think I got the code from your page or one of the homies. Or
you went in there.
Yeah, I got a fucking I got a sub sandwich, dog.
How much was it?
I mean, I don't know, dog, but it wasn't that bad. Okay. I'm not gonna 100%. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, like if it was garbage, it was garbage. I mean, it's a sub sandwich. You got to be a fool to fuck up a sub sandwich, dog.
So like, you got to sell a lot of motherfucking sandwiches to pay like $10,000 rent, right?
I mean, yeah, dog. I mean, there's got to be and so that's what happened. Like, it was a cool idea, so they're no longer there.
Yeah. So because what happened was some company from New York, North Carolina. They bought 3 buildings on Figueroa, and that building was one of them. And they bought it for like $12 million. They bought that building for $12 million. So here's where the greed comes in. They're like, okay, well, in order to make a return on my investment, like I got to raise the rent. It can't be $8,000, right? You got to raise that motherfucker to 10, 12. Yeah. Because you bought the building for 12 million.
Yeah.
So
trying to recoup some money.
Yeah, trying to recoup some money, right? Yeah. So these fucking idiots are outpricing themselves and shit. And like going back to like, how are we surviving, and are the gentrifiers surviving? Well, a lot of these gentrifiers are from New York. We get a lot of New Yorkers coming into Highland Park.
Yeah.
They actually marketed like there was this apartment building that went up, and they actually marketed it as the new what was it? The new Brooklyn of LA.
Damn.
And it's on a flyer, right? The new
Brooklyn of LA.
Yeah.
Huh?
So it's like, and that would attract these fucking New Yorkers. A lot of people are from the film industry. A lot of them from the film industry. Record.
They can afford that shit.
They can afford that shit. You got these fucking artists. With these galleries, they make a lot of fucking money, right?
They can afford it.
They can afford it. But in a lot of times they can't, because it's just like, and the houses in Highland Park are going for like $1 million now, right? And like, you can't justify $1 million. Like, when the real estate agents does their flyers, the advertisement, and this is how they justify it. Like, cool new bars, cool new restaurants, up and coming. That's how they justify the markup of $1 million. But
up and coming,
dude, right? I
don't know how many times I see that shit, bro, all over the place,
all the time. But in reality, you can't justify $1 million on that restaurant, that new restaurant, or because let's keep it real, dude. Highland Park's still hood, right? It's still fucking hood.
They kicked some of us out, but not all of us.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So at the same time, yeah, you can cater off that small percentage of hipsters that are now residing in the area. Yeah. But at the same time, we still have like what are we, like 80%, bro?
We're at 60 now.
We're at 60?
Yeah.
Real shit?
Yeah.
Damn. That's a cold percentage, bro.
That's a lot for.
That's a cold percentage, dog.
Yeah,
that's almost half, bro.
Yeah.
I was gonna give it 80. I don't know. That was just me, though. You know what I mean?
There's a new census that came out and shit, and it went down to 60%.
God damn it, bro.
Yeah, it's a lot of people that got. Yeah,
that was quick, dog.
Yeah,
I mean, fucking 60%, bro. What does that mean, dog? In the next fucking 3 to 5 years?
And then another thing, I think, in my opinion, well, not just Highland Park, but everywhere, like the poor people are eventually going to get tired of being hungry. You know what I'm saying?
They're just gonna fucking. They're gonna be the zombies, fool. Apocalyptic zombies. No, they're gonna be on the zombies on the shit trying to get these hipsters, bro.
Nah, dude, I'm telling you, dude,
hipster.
It's just like you said, the wages are not going up.
Yeah,
we got to work 2-3 jobs every day, and we're still fucking, barely making ends meet. At some point, the people are gonna get tired of that shit.
I mean, Uber drivers are striking right now, dog, because these motherfucking motherfuckers, dog. I mean, they're cold, dog.
Well, Uber, they cut like 20%, so they're taking 20% now.
Oh man, I mean, I have a friend of mine. They were just telling me about the Uber strike, and I'm just like, bro, like all the rides these people are doing, the wear and tear on their own vehicles, fucking time to put in on this shit. And the people that they're picking up and driving, a lot of these people, they got no money. I mean, it's worth it. You don't want to catch that DUI or whatever the fuck, dog. I mean, but whatever, bro. You know what I mean? It's crazy, dog. You know what I mean? Everyone's just fucking. They want to raise the prices on everything like that, but then they're just like, employers and shit, man. You know what I mean? They're not giving no cutback to their employees and shit.
Everything's going up.
It's crazy, bro. I mean, fuck. What do you do? You know what I mean? What is the fucking, what's the next step in fighting gentrification? Like you told me a long time ago. I told you one time we were at a march or something on Mando Vista. We went by the church.
Yeah.
Filming and shit. And I said, hey, Mando, I said, hey, bro, like, fuck, dog, like, I don't think we're gonna fucking beat this shit, and you're like, I don't know, bro, but what we're doing right now is we're doing this to promote awareness. You told me something like that. You know what I mean? If we beat it or not, we're promoting awareness.
And that's one of the things I do on the page is because I've learned a lot of shit, like how they go about gentrifying the neighborhood and shit. And one of the things so the goal line, the goal line.
Yeah.
So here's what the master plan comes in, right? So
well, explain to people that don't know what the gold line is.
The gold line is the metro train. Okay. They built. Was it 90s or they put it in the 90s? Huh?
I mean, it's been there for a while, bro.
Yeah, it's been there for a while.
Yeah.
So city planning, they actually do a master plan how they want to structure a neighborhood or community.
So you're talking. So the gold line cuts through Highland Park.
So the gold line cuts through Highland Park, and I used to be a bus driver, and I remember I used to do the 81 line.
Yeah.
And our main stop was Avenue 50 and Figueroa because there was a lot of people there
that commute from
there to downtown to go to work.
Yeah.
So our buses were constantly, filled, 6 to 8 o'clock in the morning. Now it's ain't, but so when they built the gold line, I was like, okay, I'm pretty sure they're gonna build a station right there on Avenue 50, and probably Mando Vista, right?
Yeah.
Because that's where everybody takes the commute. That's where the majority of
that's where it was with the buses.
Yeah, you would think, right?
Instead, they put it on.
Instead, they put it right there,
57,
right behind the apartment building. I'm like, and at the time, I'm like, that don't make no motherfucking sense because first of all, it's way off, and nobody catches the bus there, right? So I didn't know. But then you start thinking about it, and the master plan is they were going to revitalize the Figueroa corridor. So then that's where they put the stop where people could get off and then go to the bars and the restaurants.
So this has been in the works for a long time.
Yeah, this has been in the works a long time. And
I mean, the blueprints were out like fucking...
like 10, 20 years, dude, how they're going to structure the community. Yeah, it's all master plan and shit.
That's crazy, dog. I never really thought about that, bro. But that makes it like total sense, bro. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Like, why are we gonna drop them off 50? Let's drop them off over here. You know what I mean? And that's all. And that's got everything to do with all the politicians and everybody lining them politicians' pockets. And and politicians right now, man, they're just like fucking vampires with this gentrification shit, dog. You know what I mean? And you know what's probably funny about it too, dog? Is there's so many fucking gentrifiers and hipsters and then fucking investors and whatever the fuck people you want to call, the people that got the money to come in here and trying to get a piece of the pie. Yeah. And they're probably getting dogged out by some of these politicians too, dog. You know what I mean? They're like, oh yeah, don't worry about it, dog. Go ahead and slide that shit on over here. And then bam, next you know, fooling us in their car and shit. I mean, the people that are, that are running all this shit, dog, they're fucking making out right now, bro.
Oh yeah.
They're making out, dog.
We have 2 councilmen in our district in Highland Park. It's Councilman Jose Huizar and Councilman Gilbert Cedillo. Right now, Huizar is under the investigation by the FBI. So
what is he under investigation for?
Well, they don't really know, but people are telling me it's for the HHH money. That's a bond that was passed a couple years ago that raised property taxes to create housing for the homeless.
Yeah.
So, but they never built housing for the homeless.
Yeah. So where'd that money go then?
Yeah, and it actually generates like billions of dollars. It's like a lot of money that they generate.
I mean, if you're putting a percentage on taxes, which we pay
property tax
all the time for everything, right? I mean, I can imagine that's a fucking ton of money, and so that shit came up missing, huh?
She came up like, hey, where the fuck is it? It's not accounted for.
And what's funny, dog, is the people that probably know that dude is like, man, that dude was such a nice dude. He was always
yeah. Oh, they still like that dude. They like, oh, he's cute. The girl's like, oh, he's cute and shit. Like, yeah, the motherfucker collected millions of dollars and shit.
Ripping everybody off, huh?
Yeah, and then that's what generates all these city council people's tax revenue and kickbacks from developers and shit.
Hey,
it's
bro,
all money driven.
Yeah, no, for sure. So he's under investigation. Excuse me. He's under investigation.
Yeah.
And so is he still in position of power? Is he still going through
he's still in the council, but they took all his power away.
Okay.
So he's not really just
he's
in Mexico right now.
Okay. He's probably not gonna come back though.
He's not gonna come back.
He's
very planning to go to stay in Mexico and shit.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, like he's got a safe out there, bro. You know what I mean?
He's putting money.
He's got a boat out there, homie. He's probably transferring that shit on some fucking donkeys right now, homie, to the next hill over, bro. You know what I mean?
A bunch of mattresses, bro. Just fucking stuff in money in that motherfucker.
Yeah, bro. You know what I mean?
In the ranch.
Man, that's a cold heist right there, bro.
Oh yeah, it's fucking obvious,
that's a cold ass heist right there. And so you said there's another councilman. Who's that?
Okay, so Gilbert Cedillo, these guys are probably the worst one of them all.
Is he?
Oh yeah, dude,
why would I mean? They're raza, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, you would think, right? Yeah,
like they're just like, is it the money hungry thing? And because they're apparent, obviously, if they're not on the right side of the fence, the community fence, and they're shitting on the community, right? I mean,
yeah, yeah. So what happens is when these people get elected, everything changes and shit. Like, I don't know. It's like if the city tells them, hey, you're under our fucking wing, so you gotta, listen, take our orders. I don't know what the hell, but
yeah, no, it might be, homie, like it might be just like, bro, like they got a fucking hand up their ass like a puppet, and they're like, hey, this is what I got to do. Yeah, you know what I mean? They're taking orders. Yeah,
because it's a whole fucking master plan, right? It's a whole master plan.
I mean, they're all links to the fence, right?
Yeah, they're all links to the fence and shit. And but this guy thinks he's like a mafia boss and shit, and like he literally harasses fucking business owners, and he doesn't do it himself. He has like goons do it. Like he hired this one big fat white guy named Bill Cody, and like he just he has 5 official complaints from Latinas that have businesses in Highland Park, and like he's literally like harassed them because like he didn't like what they were doing. They're different situations.
I mean, Bill Cody, who is this dude, though?
So he's a field rep for Highland Park in Mount Washington, and he got his position when Councilman Cedillo re-ran for his election. Bill Cody actually went to the opponent's campaign headquarters and was fighting with the opponent. Like he wanted to fight him, and he was fighting all the campaign. So he's like a goon, right? Like So Cedillo loved that shit. So when Cedillo won, he put him as a fucking field rep for. So I think he was like he was trying to.
He likes the way he moves and shit.
Yeah. So I think that he thought that Bill Cody could like handle our neighborhood, but nobody can handle like Northeast LA. It's just like you're not gonna do that.
I mean, it's not a pushover community, though.
No, it's not. It's not at all.
I mean, like fuck, Motherfuckers are outraged right now, bro.
Yeah, so let's bring up that fucking the recent incident with the mural. Where they fucked up the mural. You see that mural?
I seen that mural, bro.
All right,
so that's just horrible. Well, first off, bro, real quick, let's before we get to that mural, bro, let's talk about the murals that were there before, bro.
Oh, okay, yeah. All right.
So the area is Highland Park.
Yeah,
it's off Figueroa, and it'd be in the old Mr. T's.
Yeah,
it would be in the Highland Park swap meet back alley,
57,
right?
Yeah.
Are all those murals gone now?
Yeah, they're all gone.
They're all gone, and so these murals have been there
since the 90s, like 30 years.
Since the 90s. These are like some fucking, I mean, they're fucking beautiful murals, man. And they were, the artists took their time, and they did, the whole back area was just fueled with murals and shit, dog. You know what I mean? And I mean, what gave them the right to? I mean, how does that work, bro?
Okay, so here's one of the things I learned too. So what happened was one day somebody on my page comes on and they go, "Hey, what happened to the murals behind Chase Bank?" And we're like, "What do you mean? Oh, the walls are white now." I'm like, "Oh fuck!" Right? So we go back there, and the parking lot walls are all white. They whitewashed them, and then I look across the street behind Al's, and those walls are all white. And then we find out behind Fashion 21, all those are all that art was gone.
Yeah.
And then I found out, I don't know, Zender, he's a well-known artist. He had a well-known mural behind Highland Park Bowl. It was an Aztec warrior, and that was whitewashed.
Wow. So
at the time, I was talking to the councilman Cedillo's office, and I called up one of the reps, Conrado, and I asked him, I go, "Hey, what happened to the walls? What happened to the art? They're gone." And right away, he knew. He was like, "Hey, you know what? The North Figueroa Association made a complaint, so we had to follow up with Cultural Affairs. Cultural Affairs is the department that oversees all the murals in Los Angeles. And they said that those murals were not registered. So from the complaint and the walls were not registered,
all of a sudden.
Yeah. And so.
Yeah, I was reading an article on that, how you got, I mean, I never knew you had to register art on walls, and once you registered it was like it couldn't. Well,
back in the 90s you didn't have to, but they just changed it maybe like 10 years ago. But actually one of the walls was registered, the one behind Chase. It was registered. It was actually sponsored by Department of Cultural Affairs and the councilman Ed Reyes at the time. So they made a mistake because the Department of Cultural Affairs should have known that wall was registered, but they didn't, and they gave the green light for the North Figueroa Association to whitewash the wall.
Who consists of the North Figueroa? What is it called?
Association.
So like,
that's
where the fuck did this come
right.
from, bro?
This is what we learned.
Did somebody make this shit up or what?
So this is what we learned. So I'm like, who the fuck is the North Figueroa Association?
Yeah, I mean, it sounds official.
Right, it sounds official, right? Yeah, it's more than official. So I'm like, what the fuck is that, right? So we start looking it up, and we find out it's a BID. It's a business improvement district. So what a BID is it's appointed by Cedillo, and it's an organization of commercial building owners, and they use our taxpayer money to revitalize that Figueroa corridor. So they'll go back. This goes back to the master plan, right?
Right.
Master plan. Clean up the fucking business corridor, erase the murals with our taxpayer money, mind you. Clean up the vendors. One of the jobs is to clean up the vendors. So they're using our taxpayer money to gentrify Figueroa, and they created an organization called the BID, North Figueroa Association.
I mean, but so this association that was built could have been built by our community, the people that are in that community.
Yeah, we actually could vote who the members are.
Okay.
But nobody knew.
Nobody
that
knew
they even
about
existed.
Exactly.
Right.
I mean, fuck.
Not only that, their meetings are supposed to be public. They're supposed to put it out there like we're having a meeting.
Yeah.
But they kept that shit secret.
Yeah.
Like nobody knew about it.
I mean,
they're having secret meetings. So this is what we're working with here. This is the whole master plan in the city and all the organizations. And we're paying for it, mind you.
I mean, yeah, we're paying for not fucking educating ourselves a long time ago, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because we didn't know.
Yeah, we didn't know. And these people came through and they found out about everything. And they said, look it, man, these dudes, they didn't even know they had fucking access to this right here.
Yeah.
And it's, I mean, it's, the way I look at it, bro, with the gentrification, is I just look at it as a fucking learning lesson bro.
Exactly.
Like never again. You know what I mean? Pass this on to the kids. You know what I mean? Educate the kids, let them know. You know what I mean? So when they plant their feet to the ground and shit, you know what I mean, they grow some roots that are so deep they can't be uprooted. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah. And and that's what the things they count on, the city, is because we're too busy, fucking trying to eat, right? Try to pay the rent.
Exactly, dog.
Right? Because we're low income. Like we don't have time to fucking go to these fucking bid meetings and shit. We don't have time for that.
I mean, we can barely make it a soccer practice for the kids, right? Like, fuck, you got another game this week?
Yeah, the fuck, right?
No,
I got time to go to the market, buy beer, go home, eat some carne asada and go to sleep, right? Do the same shit the next day. We don't have time for that. And they count on that shit.
Yeah.
So one of the things I try to do is like, it's hard to get people involved because of that, and I understand that. So I just put it out there, the information, as much as I can.
Yeah.
So for the next time,
you make it easy for them. I see it, bro. Sometimes when there's things that need to be signed, you put that out there, bro, and you make it easy for them.
I have to make it as easy as possible, because if I don't,
it's not gonna get done.
It's not gonna get done. Yeah. So I make it as easy as fucking possible. Like,
and I mean, and no offense to the community of communities of Northeast Los Angeles, but hey, we get it, man, because we one of you, and like Mando, you saying, bro, like, man, we busy with life already.
Yeah.
And then now we got now we got these dudes coming and trying to kick us out the house, and man, it's fucking.
And we'll go back to let's go to the liquor license, right? So this is like when you get people really involved in the community is when they're like totally fed up and totally like it's out of control. So
let's get to the liquor license, dog. But let's get back on that mural real quick.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't want to fucking go on this liquor thing and then go back. But
okay, so
but that mural, bro, like, how are these dudes making these murals? Are they registering this shit?
Okay, so after they erased our murals.
Okay, hold on real quick. So these are fucking hipster murals. And they're fucking horrible. They're ridiculous. You know what I mean? They have nothing to do with the fucking community. You know what I mean? So when they erased these murals that were there before, they were, they were the roots. They were the, they were the culture of the community.
Yeah, that was our culture.
Of our culture, of our community. And now we have these hipsters. What the fuck are they doing, dog? What is it, bro?
Okay, so it gets real complicated.
I mean, break this shit down, dog.
Yeah, So after they erased our murals, we're like, what the fuck, right? We made a big deal about it. At the same time, these businesses were putting up their murals, right? Now, the problem is these new businesses, they're not from our community. They're not even from LA. Yeah. So they don't know the process. They didn't know the process that you needed to register a mural in order to put up a mural.
Yeah.
So they were just putting motherfuckers up, right?
But Tell the listeners, bro, about these murals they're putting up. Okay, you know what I mean? So we're going from Aztec warrior shit to some badass graffiti style fucking shit, dog. You know what I mean? And now you got these fucking newcomers coming in, and what the fuck are they painting on the walls, bro?
The first one it's called a fallen angel. So it's a lady, and then she has wings in the back. It's just like her head. It's from some artist from like England and shit. Like he fucking, I don't know. It's a huge mural behind one ETA bar. And then the second one that came up was at that tinfoil. So here's what's happening. They decided to like hire like Latino artists, right? Because they knew if they're going to hire a fucking white hipster artist, it's going to be fucking just
going to be a problem. Yeah,
it's going to be a problem, right? Because you just erased our shit. Right?
And now you got fucking Poindexter right here.
The bow tie, putting the fucking hipster bullshit. So the guy at tinfoil, hires a Latina. To paint a mural on his spot. I never mentioned the artist name because I think they're irrelevant. I never mentioned these artist names because
you don't want to give them no light.
No light at all. Like I think they're irrelevant. Like, but it's always artists are like, oh, it's all about me. It's all about me. You're attacking me because whenever we attack these murals, we're not attacking the artist. We're attacking the mural. But the artists are like, no, it's all about me. They always bring it back to them.
Well, yeah, dog. They take it personal because they're the one that's fucking putting the shit up, bro. But they gotta understand, dog. They're getting put in a fucking crossfire of a war zone, bro. Like, don't be mad at us. Be mad at whoever the fuck sent you over here.
Exactly,
you know what I mean?
Exactly. And right after you erased our murals, like, this is the wrong time.
Homie, like you ain't gonna get no love right here, dog.
Ain't get no love.
Like take your ass to fucking Monrovia or something like that.
Yeah, this shit happened, right?
Yeah.
So we were actually, I had the community call and email building and safety and report and the cultural affairs because they were not registered murals. So we demanded that building safety erase these murals like the way they erased our murals.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
And they erased our murals like that within like a fucking day.
So what do they do with theirs?
They kept them, right? Because Bill Cody and Councilman Cedillo's office protected those murals.
And the Figueroa Association.
Right?
What the fuck?
They're like, nah, fuck you guys. No, wait up, hold the fuck up. We're keeping these murals.
Yeah,
right?
these people that are lining our pockets with money are happy with this.
Yeah.
And so on that note, it's good. It's staying.
It's good. Yeah.
Hey, bro, you know, the reason why I was talking about some of these murals, dog, is because it's just like there was that one mural that dude put up. I don't know what the fuck it was, bro, but I think my kids can draw a nice picture in that shit.
Yeah.
I mean, it looked like some green shit. I don't know if it was cactuses. Was it cactuses, bro? Like, what the fuck was that, dog?
So here's the story behind this. So what happened was Cedillo's office, they were like, okay, well, you know, let's try to make it up to the community and put a mural where the erased murals are at.
Yeah.
And they decided, without any community input, that they were going to get Frank Romero to do the mural. So Frank Romero is this well-known Chicano artist that's known for his mural on 101 Freeway. It's called Going Back to the Olympics, right?
Yeah.
Actually, that one was erased and he filed, and I think they put it back. So Cedillo's office came up with this bright idea to hire him, get the real estate agent and all the gentrified businesses to donate to get him to do the mural, which is the one we're talking about.
Yeah.
They raised $40,000 for this mural.
Wow.
So he got paid big, right?
Wow, bro.
40 G's for this mural.
Damn.
Problem is, first of all, the first problem, he's called it going back to the Olympics again. So it's a pro-Olympic mural.
Got you.
Second problem is the gentrified businesses, you know, raised the money for this. There's no community input. It was just a big old fuck, you know, we're going to do what we want to do. We're not going to, even though we erased your shit like we were supposed to do, the new murals, we're not even going to involve you in shit. So Frank Romero came up with that design. Actually, that wasn't the whole mural. What happened was their dumbasses hired a fucking hipster to start that mural, right?
Yeah.
I don't know how much they paid him, but
you
know, so they hired this hipster, and he's doing the mountains and the blue things. I go up and I talk to him. I go, hey, what's going on? He goes, oh, this is the Frank Romero mural. I'm like, oh, okay, where's Frank Romero? Oh, he's gonna come back later. He's gonna do the cars and shit, right? 40 G's, right?
Yeah.
Nice gig, right? Fucking racket. So we're like, okay. So I take a picture of it. I'm like, oh, so in my mind, this is a hipster mural because a hipster is fucking painting it. Exactly. I don't see Frank Romero anywhere around this motherfucker.
Yeah.
Once I see that fucker, then okay. But as far as my documents, I've documented everything.
Yeah.
This is a fucking hipster mural, and it's an ugly ass mural, and I posted it, right?
Yeah.
So the community was like, oh, hell no, right? This motherfucker's some bullshit, right? Like, what the fuck is this?
Yes.
So then, you know, I just put it out there. Hey, you know, it's fucking hipster as it is, because he's the one that's his shit. That's his painting.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, hell no. So then, you know, the community, they're still pissed because, you know, they're pissed that we're getting kicked out. They're pissed all the businesses get kicked out and our murals are getting kicked out. And you got these fucking people putting up this bullshit mural. And then so they fucking tagged it up. Yeah. And, you know, they fucked it up. And, you know.
And that was the one that was recently.
That was the recent one, yeah.
Yeah, the recent one. Okay, yeah.
And, you know.
I mean, I seen this one mural on York, bro. And it was like I think it's like a furniture. It might be right there on 53 in York, bro. There's like a little furniture shop, I think, right there by the fucking Estrella fucking tacos and shit. Yeah. And they had I'm not sure it was right there, bro. It was on one of those blocks right there. But anyways, they had some with some bra with a titty out. You ever seen that one, bro? Yeah. They made them cover that shit up though, huh? Yeah.
Again, so like what these hipsters do, they just put their shit out there. Like fuck it, right? Fucking no registration, no nothing, right? Fuck it. Let's do our mural. So yeah, the art studio put a mural of like two naked ladies. Yeah. Right?
That's the one I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, two naked ladies, pink, right? So then, you know, so I put it out there and people are like, you know, there's two arguments. You know, one argument was like, oh, it's art, whatever. And then the second argument was like, you know, from the moms, so like, you know, you're forcing my son and daughter to look at this naked girl. Yeah. Like what, you know, like what gives you the right to, like, you know, force your naked girl upon my kid that I'm taking to school.
I mean, yeah. Why do our kids got to see these titties
Exactly.
on the way to school every
yeah.
day? I mean, it's not their kids that are going to school in the neighborhood right there.
No.
Right?
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they don't. So if it was their kids walking by this fucking broad with their fucking tits out or whatever the hell every day, I mean, bro, they would be fucking
fucking outraged.
Yeah.
They'd be outraged.
Yeah. But since it's not their kids and they're there, it's fucking artwork. Like fuck you.
Yeah.
Fuck out. That's crazy, dog.
Yeah. So
man, dog.
So on this one, they called the building safety and they erased it like right away. But that's in Weezar's district.
Yeah.
So that one was erased because it wasn't registered. Same thing, wasn't registered, whatever. They erased it. But this is a Weezar's district. There's two different. It's not Sadil's district because Sadil will protect. Like if that was Sadil's district, he would have protected that naked woman.
Yeah.
He would have protected that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Weezar, he don't give a fuck. He's like fucking getting investigated by FBI.
Yeah.
But yeah. So that's what, and that's where we're outraged because they erased our murals because it wasn't registered, and they're putting up all these other murals without registration. Sorry. All right.
Yeah. Damn, that's fucking crazy, dog. Like, where we at with all this right now? Where we at, bro?
Dude, right now it's an absolute war, fool. Like it's just war and shit.
I mean, like,
but it's it's like a war that we can't win. But it's just like, it's just like everybody's fucking pissed and are at each other's throat. But because we're fucking like our friends and our family, and one of the things we found a couple months ago in January is we found out there's 200 students in Highland Park at 8 schools that are homeless.
Hey, bro.
That is
what the fuck is up with that, dog?
Dude, that is like what
what's crazy, dog, is back in the day, I know a lot of the people out there that are homeless, and some of the I know from back in the day when they had houses in the hood.
Yeah.
They had houses, and now they can't, the housing market, they weren't doing the greatest back then. And since the housing market went up, bro, it's like, it doesn't take a genius to figure out where they're going to end up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I see them, bro. And I mean, like, if someone's not doing too good, it's like, if you're having a fucking bad year, bro, and you have a roof over your head, and then you take that roof from over the person's head, like, their shit's not going to get any better, dog. They're going to fucking go from fucking bad to fucking horrible real fucking quick, dog. You know what I mean? But anyways, on that note, I just see a lot of the people, and sometimes, I see them and they're not in good shape, bro. They're living on the streets and shit, dog. You know what I mean? And some I want to help out, you know what I mean? Some I can't, you know what I mean? I have my own to take care of and everything like that, man. But it just sucks, dog, to see so many people that I know, so many people that I've shared, maybe some good memories with, maybe some bad, whatever, you know what I mean? And just to see them just fucking just like dirty as shit laying on the streets, bro, you know what I mean? And then you put someone on the streets, dog, you know what I mean? Like, it's not gonna, like I was saying, it's not gonna get better, it's gonna get fucking worse. And now they're fucking just even, abusing alcohol more, or the drugs even more now, you know what I mean? It's just like how do you, when you put someone on the streets, how does this person on the streets escape the streets? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
They put something in their fucking system to be like, you know what I mean? Like, fuck, I'm not even right here right now. I'm not even fucking sitting here right now. I'm gonna fucking elevate my mind so fucking far away from my fucking body right now that I'm not gonna even feel this fucking pain right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's just like when the time comes, and I hope it comes soon, bro, that they help out our homeless side. I've heard a lot of different projects, and that they're talking about building, small shelters, small housing for the homeless. I hope when that comes, man, if it comes, hopefully it comes, that they're ready to take care of a lot of other things going on with these individuals that gotten worse since the gentrification, you know what I mean? And that's fucking, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Rehabs, a lot of fucking counseling, a lot of fucking shit for these people, you know what I mean? Like, dog, it's fucking, it's man, it's fucking.
No, yeah. And
there's a lot to it, bro. It's just not putting a roof over their head. Once you put that roof over their head, you gotta,
Yeah.
You gotta help them out with some other shit, dog. You know what I mean? Like this
jobs
is
and
I mean,
shit.
bro, this you
Hope.
I mean, you go to some go down some of these streets, bro. It's like a third world country and shit. Like, what? Oh, we in LA, you know what I mean? You know? We like, bro, it's fucking.
No, there's a lot of homeless in Highland Park, but a lot of them live in the hills, you know, off the freeway. Yeah, they pushed them there. They're all in there.
Oh, they're in the hills, right? Oh, yeah, the freeway, along the freeway and everything.
The freeway.
Yeah. No, I see that. They used to have they used to have like what do you call it, bro? Like encampments or what do you call them, dog? You know what I mean? Like fucking just like bro, they're building fucking off the trees and shit, dog. You know what I mean? You know, they're fucking just like they're building communities inside.
Yeah, it's a whole community over there that we don't see.
Yeah, they're building communities and shit in that motherfucker, dog. You know what I mean? That's hey, let me tell you a story, dog, real quick, bro.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, I'm doing a side job in Highland Park, dog. You know, I'm an electrician and everything, man. And taking care of this lady's house. After it's a Saturday, weekend work, and I pull into the Chevron station. Excuse me, 64 in York, right? Yeah, and fucking fucking that Chevron station is always fucking packed, bro. You know what I mean? There's always like, you know what I mean? So when I pull in, there's a fucking ton of cars. And I mean, you know how it is, dog. People are fucking squeezing in every which way.
Yeah.
And I seen this lady that was getting into her car, and there was a bunch of cars trying to get in there to get gas. You know how it is, bro. I just fucking I went in there, dog, and I kind of like wedged my way in there. You know what I mean? You know? And the lady got in the car and she sat there and she just looked at me, you know? And I said, fuck. I said, okay. And so I backed up. You know what I mean? You know, because she had an angle she could have gone, but maybe there was, you know what I mean? You know, so I backed my shit up, and I said, and I honked at her. I said, go ahead and go, you know? And she sat there, looked at me, you know what I mean? You know? And I said, okay, she's being a little difficult. You know what I mean?
A little difficult.
Yeah, let me just let me reposition my truck again, dog. I repositioned my truck one more freaking time, dog. You know what I mean? Honked my horn. I said, go ahead. There you go. You know what I mean? If that's easier for you.
Yeah.
You know, this lady sat there, looked at me. She finally gets off the white lady, bro. Gets out her car, bro, and she comes, bro, and she basically starts verbally attacking me. You know what I mean? You know, big macho man with your big truck. You probably can't even afford this truck. What? You know, she's trying to open my door, bro. You know what I mean? She's hitting my hood of my truck, dog. And check it out, bro. I said, hey, check it out. I don't know if you're having a bad day. Like she's trying to trigger me, bro.
Yeah.
She's trying to bait me, dog. Come on, bro. What kind of dude am I? What am I gonna do to any female on that matter, bro? You know what I mean? Like I'm not the one, bro.
Yeah.
You know, and she obviously she might think I'm stupid enough to
trigger you
to bite the bait, bro, and react abruptly towards her, bro, so she can become a victim. Yeah. But until I do that, bro, homie, I'm the victim right now, dog. You know what I mean? Homie, I fucking pull out my camera, what everybody does, dog. Yeah. I say, you know what? I'm gonna document this shit. This is a fucking big scene in the fucking in the gas station, and I turned my phone on, bro. You know what I mean? And long story short, I thought I was recording it. I'd never pressed the button right. Fuck. I didn't press the button right, bro. And she was just like on my door, and I said, hey, check it out. She goes, I don't know if you're having a bad day or what's going on, you know what I mean? But I said, I'm just trying to get in here and get some gas. Are you gonna move your car or not? You know what I mean? And she's on a rant about, and then she sees my tattoos and she goes, oh, gang member, huh? Gang member. You know what I mean? Like she's yelling, bro. You know what I mean? You know, and I said, what's wrong with you? I said, are you on drugs or something? Like, I mean, I don't know, bro. At this point, bro, like, I don't know. Like, she doesn't look like she is, bro. You know what I mean? You know? And I said, are you high or something? What's going on with you? You know what I mean? Yeah, making a whole big. Yeah, I said, I'm just trying to get gas. You're having a bad day. Are you drinking? Like, what's the deal? And she goes, you're the one that looks like you sell drugs and this and that. And I'm like, straight racist. Yeah, 100%, my boy, 100%. And that was an eye opener to me, bro. You know what I mean? Because I was just like, wow, like this is what it's come to out here. This is what it's come to, bro. That's just one incident. That's just one incident, dog. Many incidents that happen in Highland Park of the racism from these people and shit. Bro, I was just like, damn, dog. This is like she really tried to put me in a situation, bro. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, homie, I have little girls that wait for me to come home every day, bro. I mean, I get up at 3:45 in the morning to go to work, bro, to feed my kids, to pay my bills, to pay my taxes, bro. You know what I mean? Like I came a long ways from what I used to be, dog, which I'm not no more, dog. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, I'm you know what I mean? I changed my life, bro, you know what I mean? And to be in a situation where a lady like this can possibly take that from me. Because if the cops pull up, bro, what's gonna happen?
Yeah.
They're gonna look at her, they're gonna look at me. And what the fuck are they gonna do, dog?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know, dog. I mean, I feel like my back would be against the wall in a situation like that. It'd be my word against hers, you know?
Yeah.
I'll be like, hey, man, she's fucking like, I mean, I guess I'd be cool because I'll be like, hey, take that shit off the camera, homie.
Right. No.
There's cameras in this fucking gas station, right?
Yeah, because you can tell the story and then they can believe you. They, you know,
yeah. Matter of fact, bro, I didn't think about that shit, dog. But yeah, dog, she was trying to open my door. She hit my fucking hood. And I came to a point where I put my window up, bro. I'm like, you know what?
Just attacking you.
Yeah. White lady, bro.
Yeah.
Running up on me, dog. You know? And I said, damn, I was like, bro. I was like, this is fucking bad, dog. This is bad. And it just fucked me up, dog. Because anytime anything like that happens, bro, I think about everything that I worked for, where I'm at right at this point in my life. Yeah. And I think about my girls, dog. And I said, man, it's just a split second, like
that. It changes
somebody everything. It can change everything, or somebody can attempt to try to take everything you worked hard for. They can take it away from you from some just fucking, who knows what she was going through. Maybe she's going through a divorce. Maybe she's upset about the gentrification going on right there. Maybe
she's straight fucking racist.
Yeah, maybe she, I mean, bro, like I try to give the benefit of the doubt sometimes, dog, you know what I mean? Because I don't want to just fucking, you know what I mean? I don't want to pin the bad fucking thing on the individual, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, but I mean, it is what it is, dog, you know what I mean? But it's just like, I took that as just racism, dog. To be honest with you, dog. I mean, I thought about all that other shit, but at the end of the day, I was like, bro, this 100% right here, like, this is what this area has turned into, bro.
And this goes back to the scene at the mission where the kids were playing and shit, and this fucking, you know, gentrifiers go, hey, get the fuck out. This is our neighborhood. No, this is our court. Look, the first time I experienced that, like racism like that, like, I didn't even know it because I'm not used to it, right? Like, it was like 10 years ago. My friend, she was like, hey, go into the go dine it and get the menu. I'm hungry, right? I'm like, all right, fuck it, right? Barely opened it, shit. So I go in the restaurant, and I swear to God, everybody turns around and looks at me, right? And I'm like, what the fuck? Right. So I'm like looking at my like,
I got a piece of shit on my shirt or what?
Yeah. And I'm like, what the So I'm walking in, looking at my shit, right?
Yeah.
So I go get the menu, and they're still looking at me, right? I'm like, what the fuck, right? So I go back in the car. I go, yeah, the strangest thing happened. You know, I walk in, and all these fucking people were looking at me, right? All these white people. And it never occurred to me that these fucking people are racist, and they're looking at me like I didn't belong, right?
Like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, because I never experienced that in my own community.
That's
right?
crazy, huh?
Yeah, it's crazy because I didn't catch on until like later. I think I'm like, and I get that all the time from people. People always say that they always look at us, you know, Latinos, like we don't belong there in our own community. It's always happening. I always talk to people. Everybody tells me that it happens to women a lot. But yeah,
that's crazy, bro. That shit just blows my mind about the way the flip that the area has done, bro. You know what I mean? And to believe in that hood that behind certain closed doors, as soon as you walk in there, you'll be walking into like if you were from fucking another fucking state or something, like fucking
like we're like Texas and shit,
like
right?
Kentucky or something, bro. You know what I mean? You know, like homie, did I just walk into Kentucky or something? You know what I mean? What the fuck?
And you walk back outside to make sure it's Highland Park.
Yeah, you're like, I see some writing on the walls over there. They're going to homie, what up, fool? You know what I mean? Then you walk back in there and it's like, what? Hold on, what the fuck? It's like a time warp, homie.
Yeah. I was talking to another homeboy yesterday. He said the same thing. There's a little Gloria's restaurant on right there, 50 in Mando Vista.
Yeah.
Right? There's Gloria's a new spot. He said, yeah, he walked in there and everybody's just looking at him like he didn't belong. He has, tattoos or whatever. But he was like, yeah, dude, like, dude, like he felt like it was a different fucking state because they're like just looking at him like he don't belong there. But that's what happens, dude. That's what fucking these people are. They're like fucking entitled, like this racist fucking piece of shits. And yeah, dude, it's really bad right now. And that's why people are pissed off, right? And these are just stories for me and you.
I mean, bro, we should just fucking really piss him off, dog, and just like, all right, if you're gonna look at me like I'm a piece of shit, let me roll in this fucking dog shit and just go walk in there and fucking order something. You know what I mean?
No,
you know, let me give you the full exposure of the face you're making. This is, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how good of an idea that is.
But they don't know. Like, and what are their excuses? Like, oh, we're cleaning up your neighborhood. You know, we got rid of the gangsters.
Homie, go clean up your own neighborhood. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I know.
If we wanted it cleaned up, we clean it up ourselves.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck out, man.
And so here's the liquor license, right? So no matter how much we tried to fight these liquor licenses, we did everything right by the book.
I mean, I never knew it was so easy to get so many liquor licenses, bro.
Right
What
now,
the fuck,
dude. Right before.
I mean, I thought back in the day, bro, it took. Like it was really, you had to buy a liquor license from somebody else that was selling their liquor because liquor license were just hard to come by. And now they're just fucking like, they're raining like dollar bills at a strip club, dog. Dude, I mean, you got all these hipsters twerking and you know what I mean? You know?
Bowling and shit.
What the fuck?
Dude, there's 77 liquor licenses Highland Park, right? 77. And this is Highland Park.
Yeah.
So like we're fighting these 2 liquor licenses that were being requested in this one little building. And that one little building had like only 10 parking spots. So when we go and fight these liquor licenses, we need a legit reason for the city planning to stop it.
Yeah.
And one of the reasons was parking. It's a legit reason because, first of all, there's no parking around that neighborhood. There's a condo development right across the street. There's like no parking. Highland Park has a parking problem right now. That and oversaturation of liquor license because like the ABC, the alcohol beverage control, they can only issue out a certain amount of liquor license in a certain area before it gets oversaturated because they don't want to oversaturate an area of all these fucking bars and restaurants because it's just too much. But that shit's out the window. Like that shit, like they don't give a fuck. They're like, dude, we sent like 100 emails. We had a town hall meeting on this shit, right? And we had a town hall meeting and they still approved all these liquor. There was 3 liquor licenses.
That's like, crazy, though.
And it's just like,
I mean, if let me get one,
right?
Shit. I mean, you know, I really feel like what they should do, bro, is they'd be like, hey, check it out, dog. Like, before we hand all you motherfuckers these liquor licenses, we're gonna fucking hand them out to the community first. You know, and if there's any community members in that community that are interested in purchasing. You know, I mean, like, I don't know.
Or let's go back to the backlog of all the people that got denied and shit.
Yeah.
Let's go back. Before you get yours, let's go revisit the ones that were denied. Because I'm pretty sure there's a lot more.
That's where I was kind of thinking, bro.
Yeah, let's go back and revisit all the ones that were denied, and then we'll go back to new ones. But no, it's all tax revenue, generated money.
I mean, they're like, you got the money right now. Let's do this shit.
Yeah, and it's obvious because and then people are telling me,
money, that old saying, money talks, homie.
Money talks. If we're asked out and shit.
Yeah, dog.
It's like, so that's what gentrification is, dog. It's just a whole total wipeout of our community. It's a whole big takeover, and they're just like building their own shit.
5 years, where do you see Highland Park? 5 years.
So at the rate it's going, not good. But I'm like, I really think that the market can't sustain itself. Like,
you think it's going to crash again?
Oh yeah, it has to because it goes up and down, right?
No, I know that, but do you think it's going to crash as hard as it crashed last time?
Probably even harder because what happened with the 2008 one, like they only put a Band-Aid on the big ass wound. So what they did was the government actually printed money to bail out the banks, right?
They printed money.
There's no value to all that money. They're just like, we got to give these banks fucking all this money so the people won't do a run on the bank because, you know, the stock market was crashing, right? And people were like, oh, shit, because with the depression, the people went to the banks to get their money out and they didn't have the money. So that's how it all started. Yeah. That's where this was going again. It was because the stock market was crashing. The banks were in trouble. So the government had to bail them out. And so in order to bail them out, they had to print the money. So that's why we have an oversaturation of all this money going around in the economy and in all these neighborhoods. Because what happened was when the market crashed, they brought everything down low, right?
Yeah.
Brought everything down, and that's how the rich get rich, right? Buy low, sell high. So everything went down. There was an influx of money that went into the banks. They start buying up all this shit because it was low.
Yeah.
So now it's actually over. So what happens is this greed. They just like the real estate agents, everybody's just like greedy and shit, and it's just like way out of control. Because you can't you can't justify $1 million house in the hood. You just can't, because when you walk outside your $1 million house, you're gonna bump into a tweaker, fucking, trying to fucking shoot up or something, right? Like
you're gonna bump into the tweaker trying to motherfucking jack your shit, homie.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you walk your dog in the middle of the night. There's a good chance you're actually gonna get robbed, right? Because you got lots of money in the hood. Because if you buy $1 million house in the hood, you got lots of people. People they see people with no money. They know, and you're walking your motherfucking dog outside in Monte Vista. What do you think is gonna happen? If you're down and out, dude, you need a hit, or
And there's motherfuckers that are down and out right now.
They're down and out, food. Like
living on the streets.
Living on the streets, Figueroa. Yeah. They gotta eat, right? That someday they're gonna have to eat, right? Or they're gonna have to have another hit.
I mean, I never thought in my life, bro, that I'd fucking be going down fucking Figueroa at 12 midnight, whatever, and seeing fucking white girls and shit and running with dogs and this and that. I just thought, I said, like, where are the cameras at? They filming a movie right now or what? I mean, they filming movies in the hood and shit, dog. I said, are they filming a movie or is this shit for real, dog?
Right?
You know what I mean?
Jogging.
This bitch is crazy. You know what I mean?
So, yeah.
I would, you know what I mean? Like, you just almost want to pull over and be like, hey, girl, just get in the house. You know what I mean? Like, you ain't got nothing to prove. You already fucking, you know what I mean? You already bought $1 million house and you're pricing the market up. You know what I mean? Like, you gonna get yourself killed out here, girl. Robbed or something, you know?
So what happens is when these people come in, the real estate agents, they sell them on the hype. The Highland Park is cool. It's fucking safe, right? You got these restaurants. So the people move in, they buy a $1 million house. And they start going out, jogging in the middle of the night, and they quickly learn, whoa, this is the hood. What the fuck?
I mean, it's active out there right now too.
Oh yeah, very active.
Like I've cut through there a few times, and it's just like fucking cops all over the place, man.
Last night it was hot.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, undercover cops. There's a lot of undercover cops out there.
Yeah.
A lot of undercovers. Gang unit. Fucking. Yeah, I mean, it's very active. I remember one time, a couple months ago, I walked home from Franklin to my house, and I know what to look for, right? Because I grew up in the hood, so I you know
what's suspicion when what's not. Though.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to be aware of your surroundings.
You got to be aware, right?
Yeah.
So you know the surroundings.
You're street smarts. Yeah.
And hell no, I'll never do that again, bro, because
too much shit going on.
There's too much shit going on. You see the tweaker right there. You see this other motherfucker. You see gangsters just rolling through and shit, but you see them.
Yeah.
So you know the signs and shit. These people don't know the fucking.
They don't know.
They don't know.
They're like, oh, look at that cool looking guy right there with all the fucking head tattoos. You know what I mean? He's probably an artist.
You're a tattoo artist, or where's your shop at?
Yeah. Where's your shop at? Fucking Pelican Bay.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Come on by anytime. I'll tattoo your ass up.
Yeah.
Nah, I know that's just crazy, bro. You know what I mean?
And the apartment buildings. Like these landlords, right? They're slumlords, right?
Yeah.
Once a slumlord, always a slumlord. So what happens is, they do a little hipster fence. They kick everybody out.
A little sideway fence.
Right? Little brown paint job and shit. They paint the building, right? Cockroach is still there, right? The rats are still there, right?
It's like putting lipstick on a pig, dog.
Yeah. They kick everybody out. And then, like I said, like the Latinos, we'll put up the roaches, right? Because we'll get raided or whatever it is to take, right? We'll put up with that shit, right?
Yeah, we'll get a fucking chihuahua to eat them up. Bark at them.
Exactly, right? So when these fucking gentrifiers, hipsters come in, they're paying $2,800, $2,400, a nice building. All of a sudden, you see a fucking cockroach coming out of the fucking faucet and shit.
Yeah.
Right? They're like, oh, hell no. Like
I didn't, what the fuck? Roommates? Roommates?
Yeah.
Thought we got these Mexicans out of here.
Exactly, right?
The fuck?
And then, the difference between us, like, we won't sue, right? We'll just, like, put up with the bullshit.
We'll be like, hey, bro, like, come on, dog.
Yeah.
Fix this shit for me. Yeah. Or, don't worry about it.
Yeah,
a lot of times, they'll fix themselves because they didn't want to bug them.
Yeah.
They
don't want to get kicked out.
Yeah,
and shit,
like,
right?
they don't want to be known as the fucking tenant that's always complaining. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But the white people, they'll fucking sue your ass in a motherfucking second, dude. They'll fucking put a whole lawsuit and shut that motherfucker down.
Yeah, I was sleeping and a fucking cockroach fucking crawled up my ass, and you owe me a lot of money now. Yeah. I don't know. You know what I mean? Yeah. Hey, remember that spot I had on Strickland?
Yeah.
You remember all the roaches I had right there, bro?
Yeah.
Bro, like there was a point where I just didn't even I would try to fight them. And then it just came. And what they would do is I would bomb the place, and they would go to another.
Bomb it?
I would bomb it. I was like, you motherfuckers, dogs. Every time I come back, dog, they be fucking. They got a slice of pizza on their back, and they're fucking taking it down the fucking shit, dog. Like they were always doing some shit, dog. You know what I mean? I was like, you little motherfuckers, dog. Yeah. And so I fought these dudes, dog. Fucking, and I bomb it, and they go to one side of the fucking house, bro.
Is that right?
And they wait for the shit to clear, homie. The smoke would clear, bro, and they'd be back in fucking bigger numbers, bro. They'd be like, all right, fool, fuck you. And check it out, dog. It came to a point, bro, and I was just like, you know what? Fuck it, dog. We're gonna live here together, you know what I mean? And I just got along with the roaches at one point, dog, and they started respecting my shit. Like, bro, like there's rules, like don't climb on my toothbrush, don't fuck with none of the food that I just pull out and I got on my plate. Like, so they started respecting the rules, the roaches. Like I didn't write it down or I didn't have a conversation with them, but they knew what I didn't like. So once I stopped bombing them and shit, dog, like
they're like all cool.
I mean, we got along, bro.
But that's true because we'll put up with that shit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. It's not. It can't sustain itself because, they're not going to pay $1 million or rent, because they don't know, and they come in the hood and they quickly find out and allow them to move out and shit. So yeah, I mean, it just can't. And then the economy goes up and down. It's too inflated right now.
Hey, it's like this, dog. The ones that own property and that made it through the recession and shit, it's like they hit the fucking lottery, dog.
Oh, yeah.
Like this is a lottery ticket. Like get your motherfucking money and run. And a lot of them are doing that, bro. Yeah. I know this one dude that it was funny, dog, because I coincidentally met him. I think I was on a job, bro, or something. And I don't know what it was, bro. Somehow, some way, I know what it was. I was working at it. It was at a job. I was working at this fucking big company, and he was the fucking like the big manager at this company, dog. Mm-hmm. Big company. I'm doing electrical work or whatever, bro. You know what I mean? And we just fucking like, he was, where you from? And where, blah, 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 you know what I mean? And whatever. I had to talk to him about certain things in regards to the building. So we ended up talking a little more. But anyways, he lived in Eagle Rock, dog. Mm-hmm. He was in debt, putting his kids through college. He fucking he was just in debt, bro. You know what I mean? And he said, you know what? Fuck this. He had a house above Colorado.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Right?
The nice ones.
Yeah, the hills and shit, bro. And he sold his shit for like fucking, I think he sold his shit close to like, over $1 million, bro.
Yeah.
And fucking and he goes, you know what, dude? Sold my shit for over $1 million. The prices went up. I fucking cleared all my debt out. I mean, I'm staying at my parents right now, and I got enough money to buy another fucking house. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like if you owned a house and you're able to manage through that fucking recession, bro, you fucking hit the lottery, dog. And a lot of people are selling this shit, cashing out. And then there's some people that are like, nah, fuck that. I own this house, and I can get $800,000 for this fucking 600 square foot house. Yeah. You know what I mean? This 1 bedroom and fucking half a bathroom house. You know what I mean? Yeah. House, dog. And they're like, nah, but this is my community. This is what I know. This is all I know. And they don't want to, like, I have some homies, dog, that their moms, and my homies, like, they're business owners in the hood and shit. And they try to tell their moms, like, hey, man, just sell the house. You and dad go move over there. You can buy a bigger house, way bigger house, blah, blah. And they're like, nah, bro, because you know what? Yeah, this house isn't huge, but this is home. Right down the street is where I get, you know what I mean? Is where I get, my vegetables, my whatever the fuck, bro. Like, this is their shit, dog. Everything is in walking distance, dog. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, homie, you start moving out to some of these neighborhoods outside of Highland Park and shit, bro. Like, you just can't walk to the store. You got to drive now. You know what I mean? I mean, like, that's one thing cool about Highland Park, bro. The community, man. It's so fucking just like, I don't know, dog. I mean, I always knew Highland Park, bro, like the hills and everything. It was just such a fucking badass area, dog. Yeah. I mean, if you knew the streets, you can get from here to here fucking way quicker, bro. If you knew these shortcuts, like, just like everything was just dope about it, bro. You know what I mean? Just the layout, homie. And then we're fucking Dodger Stadium there, downtown right there. Any which way we want to go. We got all the fucking freeways, bro. You know what I mean? Like, we always knew, dog, that Highland Park was the shit, dog. Yeah. You know what I mean? We always knew it was, bro. You know what I mean? And now these people are moving in and they're realizing the same thing, dog.
Yeah. Nobody ever heard of Highland Park. What? Yeah. Now, Highland Park. It's cool.
I mean, even people, bro, that been living in Southern California, they don't know the area. They would be like, They didn't know what Highland Park, but now they know kind of Highland Park. Oh yeah, it's got them bars all on put on York.
Yeah. Fucking donor friend, all these vegan and shit. No, hey. They always thought Highland Park was Huntington Park. Remember that?
Yeah. No, they get it confused. It's like, oh, HP. Like, nah, it's HLP. It's not a gang thing.
Yeah.
It's got nothing to do with gangs. It's HLP.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know, and they're like, no, that's some gang stuff. Or some like, no, it ain't gang stuff. Because if you say HP, that's Huntington Park.
Yeah, Huntington Park.
Yeah, let's not get them confused. That that's L is what separates it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, just HLP because that Highland.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? You know. But
everybody's different, you know, in every situation, you know, with the houses and shit. Yeah, some people are in debt, you know, they sell their house, whatever. Yeah. So, you know, a lot of things was happening is we have a lot of homeowners in Highland Park are older now.
Yeah.
Right? Because they bought in the 70s and 60s, whatever. They bought it for like $16,000, $18,000. But now all these people are seniors and they're older and they're retiring. But a lot of them are passing away. Could be, you know, and what happens is the kids inherit the house and then they sell the house.
Yeah, sell the house.
Yeah, they sell the house. So yeah, it's a lot of
get that big paycheck off the house.
Yeah, so a lot of these homeowners are older now.
I can't believe, bro, it dropped down to 60%, dog.
Yeah, 60%. Wow. It might be lower, but yeah, 60%.
Might be lower, dog. So if it dropped that quick, bro, you know what I mean? It doesn't seem that quick.
10 years.
It's been 10, yeah, right?
Been a solid 10 years.
It's a solid 10 years, dog. I mean, that shit just flew by like nothing, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, 10 years, dog. You know what I mean? But can you imagine another 10 years, dog? You know?
We'll see what happens. I don't know. You know, we'll see what happens. You know,
I mean, it is what it is, bro. You know what I mean? It's called what's the, you know, it's the way the world spins, bro. You know what I mean? Like back in the day, you know what I mean? East LA was a bunch of Jews and stuff, right?
Yeah.
You know, right?
But they moved out because all the freeways were getting built. You know, the freeways right there?
Yeah.
Yeah. So all the freeways were getting built. They're like, oh, hell no. So then there was actually banks were offering them low interest loans to move to the west side.
Okay.
So that's why you have a whole big Jewish community.
That's why they relocated over there?
Relocated, yeah. There's a documentary in Boyle Heights. It was pretty interesting. And they broke it down how, it was all Jews. It was actually a mix of Jews and other people.
Yeah.
But yeah, so once the freeways were getting built, they started moving out. And the city was like, they're like, hey, you know, we'll give you a low interest loan and go on this west side and shit. Yeah. So that's why you don't have a lot of freeways on the west. I don't know if you know, like all the freeways are
no, there is not a lot of freeways. I hate working on the west side, bro.
Yeah, so
because I got to fight a gang of fucking surface street traffic, bro, gridlock to catch a freeway, and then when you finally catch that freeway, which everyone else is trying to do, dog, then you're fucking stuck in traffic again, dog.
Yeah.
And on that note, homie, what's up with this fucking bro, the overcrowding, bro? Like, what the fuck? Like, homie, like we need to make another LA or what? do we need to duplicate this, dog, so someone can, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, like, bro, this
everybody's
is fucking
moving here. Everybody's moving here from New York, San Francisco, Ohio. Fuck? It's just, dude, it's out of control. Dude. It's like, and that's one of the reasons why the city's trying to do all these developments, because they're expecting like millions and millions of people to move into LA. So that's why they're doing all these condos and shit, all these houses. It can't sustain itself, dude. It just can't. Like, something's got to give.
Something's going
to give, dude. And, you know, not to mention the fucking earthquake's going to happen, you know. I mean, it is what it is. It's going to come. But it's just like LA wasn't built to handle all these people.
Yeah.
You know, the way they planned the structures and shit.
I mean, they're building more and more every day, bro.
I mean, it's good for you because you're an electrician. You got a lot of work coming up, right?
Well, I mean, according to the organization that I'm with, bro, we have work for the next 10 years, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, we have work for the next 10 years, dog. You know what I mean? Yeah, I was reading an article though, man. But go ahead and I'm gonna try to find this article real quick that I was reading that I wanted to.
Yeah, so yeah, they're expecting millions and millions of people to move into LA, and that's why they're building and building and building. But you know, one of the problems is these condos are not affordable to everybody. So it's like the rich are getting richer, the poor are getting poorer. We're all getting pushed out. I mean, it's just a lot of shit going on. You know, it's not sustainable. It's gonna fucking give. It's just like, you know, everybody's pissed. Like in Highland Park, everybody's pissed off at each other, right? You know, just like it's just boom. It's a big fucking war and shit. At some point, it's just gonna fucking.
I mean, it's gonna break loose.
It's gonna break loose like a motherfucker.
It's gonna break loose. So it's gonna be I was reading this on an article. I don't know if it's LA Times, LA Daily, Los Angeles Daily, something like that. But it says good for few, not for many. Neither downtown revitalization. Excuse me. Yeah. Nor policies to boost density have made the city richer. New sports stadium have created many lower wage jobs, but overall, LA has lost jobs that paid more than $75,000 annually over the past decade. It may have enriched some luxury high-rise developers, but gentrification has not improved life for most. From 2000 to 2012, median rents increased by 25% in LA County, while income declined 9%. Damn, dog.
Yeah.
How are you gonna fucking, you know what I mean? How are you gonna increase rents at 25%, but then and then 9%, you know what I mean? Like, bro, like I mean, I know we already touched on that, dog, but
so in San Francisco, like that's been super gentrified, right? Because all the tech people.
Yeah.
So what's happening there is all the policemen, the nurses, all the people that work, on these jobs, they're all getting kicked out. So they're having problems with these services because they're losing, like, the firemen, they're losing the cop, they're losing the nurse, they're losing all these services because they can't live in the city. So it's actually collapsing on itself. The system, the thing is just collapsed. So now you have all these fucking tech people in San Francisco, but you don't have all these services, these employees.
You don't have the people that is keeping everything afloat.
Yeah.
In regards to fucking, maintenance and construction and what is it? That's basically, is that blue collar? That's blue collar.
Yeah, blue collar. Yeah.
That's average income, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So if the person that's building LA can't afford to live in LA, that's a
problem.
Yeah, that's a huge problem, bro.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck, dog? Like,
so that's what I'm saying. It can't sustain itself. Something's gonna break because it's just like not everybody's rich. It's gonna be fucking a teacher, shit, right?
Yeah,
these $1 million homes. Like,
I mean, what is it, bro? Are they just trying to divide society, bro, and be like, hey, the poor, you live out there, and the rich are gonna live right here. And when we need you, we'll call you in to come into the city and take care of whatever you need to do, and then you're gonna take your ass back to your area.
It's all driven by money, just generated by money, tax dollars. It's just,
I mean,
they don't give a fuck. They don't they don't worry about that. It's not in their master plan. But the master plan is not it's not perfect. It's at some point it's gonna collapse. And one of the things is like what I advise is be ready for the next collapse. So teach your kids, teach yourself how to be credit worthy, credit smart, when you bought your house, you had to learn how to get that loan. People need to learn how to invest and get the credit right. So when it does collapse, we're able to buy back our house or buy back the commercial building or, just get back our community because it will collapse.
Yeah.
It will collapse again and there will be opportunity for us to come in. So, but we have to be ready.
We have to educate ourselves.
We have to educate ourselves and stuff like that. But then one more thing is, I want to touch on is AI, artificial intelligence.
Yeah.
Right. So AI is a fucking major threat to our society. AI is taking all our jobs. Like it's gonna, like in every industry, they're creating programs to do our jobs and shit.
Yeah.
So not only do I advise people to learn financial and credit, but to learn IT tech, because that's where all the jobs are going to be in the next 10 years. Like, it's just like, I'll give you an example. I used to work at I worked at banks, right? The mortgage department and shit. And there was this department that all they did was input names, all the information, load up the documents, put it on the file in the folder, and send it off to like underwriting, right?
Right.
Well, they created a program that did that in 5 seconds. So they got rid of that department.
Oh yeah, 100%, bro.
Right.
Yeah.
And then so the banks know, so now they're saving money, by just creating this program. So that's where we're going. All these big companies, corporations are creating programs to do our job because it's cost efficient.
Check this out, though. I just worked on a UPS facility in Compton.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's the first automated warehouse in the country, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And so what this is this is what it is, bro. We did all the electrical work, and what it is, it's a bunch of conveyor belts.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, a bunch of conveyors that shoot boxes here, there. It's a bunch of scanners. It's a bunch of machines, bro. You know what I mean? That these boxes come through. It scans a barcode, and it will spit a tag on it. Pop, hit the box, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And then once it catches it, another conveyor will kick on, and bam, it will shoot that box that way. Another box come, bam, scan it, bam, hit it with thing. hit the barcode and knows where it needs to go, bro.
Yeah.
Bam, shoot that motherfucker that way, dog. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So these warehouses, bro, used to be all a warehouse full of people, bro. You know what I mean? Doing this shit manually on the computer, typing out the tags, whatever the fuck it needs to go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Scanning it themselves, whatever the hell. And so now they have these automated systems,
whole
bro.
warehouse,
What they do at Compton, what they do at this facility, the workers there do there, they just unload the trucks, bro.
Yeah.
They unload the trucks, put it on the conveyor belt. They take packages, move them over there. And then the UPS trucks come, bro, and they back up. They got these numbered driveways, right? And there's conveyor belts in the back of them, bro. You know what I mean? There's these conveyor belts. And so all these boxes get shot from like a roller coaster ride of conveyor belts, bro.
Yeah.
It looks like a roller coaster. There's so many different things going on, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's fucking high, dog. Looks like fucking Magic Mountain, but full of boxes, bro. You know what I mean? It takes it all the way to the lane of the truck that box needs to go there. So then you got one person at the front end unloading the trucks, putting on the conveyor belt, and then you got the UPS drivers on the other end with all their trucks parked early in the morning.
Yeah.
And all their packages get sent to their lane. And they just go bloop. You just load their fucking truck up, dog. Go start their day. You know what I mean? Can you imagine how many jobs I cut out right there, bro?
Yeah. That's happening in every
industry. AI, dog.
It's a big threat, dude.
They said in 10 years, dog, you know what I mean? Like, back in the day, if you had tattoos and shit, bro, you know what I mean? Like, you were labeled a gang member, you were labeled a thug, you were labeled a fucking junkie, you were labeled this and that. And now it's socially accepted. Everyone's got tattoos. There's beautiful art out there and this and that.
Yeah.
And so we're like, okay, so tattoos then, dog. Well, you know what's next after tattoos, bro? In 10 years, you're going to be able to change the color of your skin and shit. They're fucking with fucking genes and all kinds of crazy shit, dog. And in 10 years, instead of getting breast implants, I mean, you get the big ass and the big tits and all that cool shit. And some of the girls, they need that shit, dog. You know what I mean? I get it. They got to make their money. You know what I mean? But you're gonna be able to change the color of your eyes, bro. I mean, you're not gonna have to put that contact in there. Like, oh, I want blonde hair, big tits, green eyes, and some fat ass lips. Bam. I mean, like you can all get all that shit already, but the green eyes, dog, like the AI, like bro, like all this, everything they're doing nowadays, bro. You know what I mean? I mean, like we're fucking robots as it is already almost, dog. You know what I mean? Just with that phone in our hand, bro. You know what I mean? That phone in our hand, bro. I can ask me a question, bro. I'll get you an answer in about 3 minutes, bro.
Exactly. Not even faster than that.
Faster than that, dog.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What does that make me, dog?
Yeah. This is very dangerous too because we rely on this shit. But
bro,
all the programs that we put in, and I don't know if you know all the apps, they're all surveilling us. Like they know. Dude, check this out.
Oh man,
I was talking to this girl, right?
You gonna get me started, though. Go ahead.
Check this out. So I had this meeting. I used to work at Defend Boyle Heights, right? And they're having this meeting about cops and shit. And so this lady who was like some advocate for cop brutality, whatever. So she's telling the story of how there was something happened outside her house, right? And she was fucking taking pictures and shit, right? And I guess the cop was like, hey, you don't take pictures. He's like, oh, I have my right, whatever, right? She takes pictures, whatever. She goes back in the house. Within the half an hour, those photos in her phone were deleted, fool. Deleted, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, are you sure? She goes, yeah. So what happened was the Wi-Fi, she's hooked to the Wi-Fi, cops tap into the Wi-Fi, boom, go into the phone, get those pictures out, delete them.
Yeah. I believe it, bro. Dude, I've never heard that story, dog, but
yeah,
I 100% believe it, dog. Check it out, bro. This is just this just happened last week, bro. My girl, I pack my lunches sometimes, dog. You know what I mean? Sandwich, chips, whatever, dog. Yeah. And I work construction, right? We all do. But anyways, she got these kettle chips. I think they're called kettle. I think the brand's kettle. You know what I mean? And so I was like, all right, cool. So I threw that shit in my bag. Fucking eat lunch, and I think I had my phone out during lunch, bro. I had my phone out. I'm sitting in my car, got my lunch in my lap. This is the only way I can think of it, bro. You know what I mean? Yeah. But all of a sudden, bro, you know what I mean? I'm going through social media, bro, and all of a sudden, bro, I'm getting advertisements for the exact chips I just ate, bro.
Yeah.
On my timeline of Instagram, bro.
Did you mention it or did you talk about it?
I didn't talk about it, dog.
Yeah,
I 100%. I didn't talk about it, bro. I tripped out and I said, bro, they're watching through the fucking camera, dog.
Yeah, what the AI does,
You're watching to the camera,
yeah,
though.
it listens to you, and once you say like a name brand or whatever, it gets that name brand and starts fucking putting their advertisement.
They're listening and watching, though.
Yeah, they're listening. It's a big fucking threat. I'm telling people, and that's why I tell people, teach your kids and
Look
everybody.
at that's it right there, though.
Okay, yeah.
I screenshotted it, dog. That's the exact bag. That's
the exact bag.
That's the exact bag of chips I was eating. I don't know if you guys can see that.
Yeah,
but yeah, that was the exact bag of chips I was eating, bro.
Yeah,
I swear to God, dog. I said, "What the fuck?"
There's one time I don't know if like I was listening to like YouTube, right? And I thought about this song. I swear to God, dude, I thought about the song in my head. So I'm searching on YouTube, and boom, that motherfucking song comes up on the playlist. For I'm like, maybe it's coincidence. I don't know, but
I mean, I hope that's coincidence. I mean, if they got these waves going through our brain and picking up certain fucking receptors and fucking be like, boop, 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 oh yeah, fucking Duran, fucking whoa, bro. I don't know anything. I mean,
there's this thing called what's it called? I forget what it's called, but they say that the AI is going to be so advanced in the next 10 years that we can't keep up with it.
Scared of it, bro.
So we're gonna have
a lot of the smart dudes are scared of it, bro.
We have to put a chip in our brain in order to access our 100%, because right now we can't access our whole like 50%.
Yeah,
we need a chip to put into our brain, which what's going to happen to access,
to get the rest of our brain.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's scary shit.
It's going to turn some people into some monsters, bro.
Oh, dude,
imagine that many like there's got to be a balance in life, dog. Like some people naturally can reach that a bigger percentage of their brain, and some people can, you know what I mean, that gives the balance in the world. Can you imagine you got all these motherfucking just masterminds walking around, dog, because they have full access to their fucking brain. Excuse me.
Not only that, so you know, Eli Musk, he was saying that he was trying to tell the AI people to slow it down because it's getting out of control.
I know, dog.
And one of the things he's worried about is Google is working with the Army and the Navy that they're creating these soldier robots. Yeah. So there's actually robots out there. They have like a dog robot.
Elon Musk.
Yeah, Elon Musk.
Yeah.
Yeah, they already have us, but it makes sense, right? Why would the Army and Navy use human beings as soldiers when, you know, and have them kill when you can have a fucking robot?
Oh yeah.
So all these fucking movies like the Terminator, RoboCop, it's all, you know, it's like they planned this shit. It's like they threw it out like 20 years ago. Like, oh, you know, we thought it's never gonna happen, but like they introduced us to all this stuff, and gradually
they're introducing us to the future, bro.
Yeah, and then like if you watch the commercials and shit, like now any commercial, like Sprint or whatever, they always put like a little robot, like, oh, how cute the little robot, right? They make, oh, it's a little innocent robot. Yeah. That little motherfucking innocent robot is gonna take your job and then kill you later on in life, right?
Yeah.
Because
I mean, there's not gonna be any reasoning with the robot because the robot was just programmed for this or that.
Yeah,
there's no reasoning, bro. That's scary, dog.
Did you see that? Was it Facebook? They had these two robots, AI robots, communicating with themselves. Yeah, and they got tired of using the English language. They created their own language. They had to shut it down because they were creating their own language. That
fucking bug scared the shit out of them.
Yeah,
they said, "Oh shit, unplug these motherfuckers."
Right?
Yeah.
But at some day, you're not going to be able to unplug those motherfuckers because they're going to figure out a way.
I mean, bro, we are at the fucking beginning of the beginning, bro. We're at the beginning of the new world, dog.
It's gonna happen fast, like 10 years.
I mean, look how fast it's going already, dog.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, like there's all that shit, that AI shit, like eye recognition on fucking cell phones and fucking all. There's just like we think the technology is advanced right now, but like it ain't gonna be like, give it fucking 20 years, bro, 30 years, man. You know what I mean? Like, bro, like we're just at the beginning of the new world, bro.
But the problem is,
I want to see some of it.
We're gonna see some of it, but it's gonna take our jobs, fool. So
I know.
So but they don't understand that. I don't know if they have a plan because it's gonna take away, because we can't get those fake eyes, right? Because we can't pay for it because we have no job because the fucking robot took our shit. So I think at some point somebody mentioned to me, this is why, you know, like Bernie Sanders is big, like socialism and shit. Is we're gonna start getting like universal income, like just like one paycheck for like everybody's gonna get like a certain amount of money.
Yeah.
And then it'll be like a communist socialist fucking society where all the robots are gonna do everything else. I mean, there's advantage to it, like they could cure all the diseases and whatever, but then there's a disadvantage where
I mean, China's ahead of everything, though. China's ahead of everything, bro.
They're in the long game. They're
like, bro, they are so far advanced. I hear some of the shit they're doing. You know what I mean,
YouTube videos, dude. They'll kill a fish and shit, and then they'll leave the fish in there, and they put something in the water, and then the fucking fish gets alive and shit. Like, crazy shit.
I mean, they're fucking with like gene pools. They're fucking they're like, all right, this person right here fucking has lived, like they're treated like, the big topic right now is old age is a disease.
Mm-hmm.
Growing older is a disease. So how do we slow down the aging process? You know what I mean? What is this person that's fucking 105 years old, that smoked all his life, drank all his life, ate red meat every fucking night? Like, what gene does this dude have that is the superior gene? So they're just fucking with fucking
everything,
bro. They're fucking with everything right now, dog. It's fucking nuts, man. This is the time of information, man. And this is the reason why I wanted to have this podcast, bro. Because it's just, you know what I mean? These are files that we're put into the world. They will always be here. People can always come back. Your people, my people can always come back and revisit these type of conversations. And it's a trading of information, bro. It's a platform from people like you, dog, that need to have a platform. Why, dog? Because you're fighting the good fight, bro. You know what I mean?
And we need to give people information and knowledge, dude, for their future, for their kids' future, because like it's gonna get real fast. Like it's gonna get real fast, dog. Like
bro, I'm about the information, bro. I used to be about a lot of other shit back in the day that, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna call it nonsense, but it was just the way that I was living at the time. And I got a lot of people that are still living like that. You know what I mean? And I pray for them all the time. And I'm not no crazy religious freak. I'm just like, I want to see my boys succeed and grow out of certain things, you know what I mean, and be prosperous in life, you know what I mean. But anyways, I don't know how I got on that note right now, but anyways, this platform right here is just it's going to be a plethora of information, dog, for people to can always come back on, and you know what I mean. Sometimes people need to hear certain things, you know what I mean. And I want to give a platform for, like I was saying, people like yourself and other people to come on and share their stories, you know what I mean. Like I don't give a fuck about all these people that are Instagram famous and all this shit, because those are the least interesting people to me. You know what I mean? The most interesting people to me, bro, some of them don't even, I talked about it with the homie yesterday. They don't have Instagrams. They don't have fucking 1 million followers, dog. Like there is some and this is a platform where I want to have those people to tell their stories, bro. And
they should have platforms.
Exactly, dog.
We need to learn their knowledge too. Like
everyone has a certain bit of knowledge, bro, and that's the shit that I've been on, dog. Like man, there's so much information. Like, bro, I'm fucking reading books. I'm a fucking nerd these days, dog. You know what I mean? I'm reading books. I watch all kinds of YouTube shit, bro. Like there is so much information being traded nowadays, bro. Like you need to hear this shit. You need to fucking you need to be up to date on what the fuck is flowing in the universe, dog. You know what I mean?
And that's what good internet like YouTube has, because people could be cooking or something with their daily lives and just listen to it, because it's very vital that people learn this knowledge.
100%. Look at it. We have a few people right here, bro. We have a few people right here, listening right now, watching this live streaming, which we appreciate you guys. Thank you. Make sure you share this. But bro, you know what I mean? And if they don't hear it live, they'll
go back to it.
They can go back to it, bro, and they'll watch it when they have the time, bro. You know what I mean? But this is what's so dope about this fucking this new era and everything like that. We can just trade information and we can have cool conversations like this. And people can get to know you, dog. Like, you know what I mean? Like a lot of people don't know you, bro.
Yeah,
you know you're kind of like the mystery man, dog. You know what I mean?
No, I kind of want it like that because it gets dangerous real fast.
No, it does, dog. You know what I mean? Like, bro, like I hear you on that, bro. Like they might try to find a way to get rid of your ass or something, dog.
Oh yeah.
I mean, with people with power and money, bro.
Yeah, but right now I'm just like a little cockroach, a little fly and shit. But once I start affecting their money, and then they will. But that's why I don't want to show my face and shit a lot. I'm always in Highland Park, right?
Yeah, I mean, next time what we'll do, bro, is we'll just fucking
put a mask.
Put a mask.
No, it's good. Like a lot of my enemies, like the city people, here's another scary. So like they know my face, dude. Like a couple of times. Okay, so one time I was at this restaurant, And me and my friend were having a conversation, and then the owner comes in, and then he looks at me and he fucking recognizes me. How they look, they do that double
Yeah,
take.
yeah. Oh shit. Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm like, okay, this fucking recognize me. Another time I was at city planning, and I went in there, and the administrator, like, I never met the administrator. It was a liquor license meeting, and I'm going there, and the fucker knew my full name and my real name.
Yeah.
Not Mando Medina. Right? He knew my real name and shit. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh fuck, these fuckers, they're fucking watching me. I even had like tinfoil, like like the Cedil's office, like, and I don't know who, but they shared my picture and my real name to all these people because I'm in Tinfield. He emailed me, and he was like, "Hey, I know your real name. I know who you are. I screenshot all your shit. I'm sending it to the fucking police. But he was like, next time you run for neighborhood council, like, I'm gonna use this. So they already know my face and my name.
How have you had any interactions with the cops or anything?
No, but I know people that like I know people that date cops, right? And I always ask them, because and she works in the community, right? They have community meetings. My name does come up with the cops, but all they say is like, "Oh, he's just a shit starter and shit."
Is that right?
Yeah. So I'm gonna keep it that way. I'm gonna keep it at the shit starter, right?
Yeah.
Right? I keep it at that level. But yeah, I do have like my network. I have a lot of people that reach out to me, right?
Yeah, give you heads up.
That give me heads up. Oh yeah. A lot of shit.
I mean, I would hope
need
so,
that.
bro. Yeah, you need that, bro. You know what I mean?
Because I need to know what they're fucking saying and shit.
Yeah.
So yeah. As far as the cops, like, there's no problem. I mean, there's been issues where people have done, because the community does their own shit, right? They do, they go and they tag the murals, they go and do this, whatever they do, they do. I'm not the one to go, hey, can you, do an order? Like, I don't do that shit.
Yeah, I mean, you're not hiring these dudes.
Yeah, we're not having meetings.
Yeah, I mean, like you're not calling shots. Like, hey, bro, oh, is that right? That mirror's on. Let me make a phone call real quick. Like, bro, that's just the community speaking. You know what I mean? Yeah. You know what I mean? No, and I get that, bro. You know what I mean? And you know what? Like at the same time, that's not what you're about. I know you. That's not what you're about. And I mean, you don't need to do that.
I don't. Yeah, I'm sharing information. People are fucking pissed off.
Yeah.
But there was an incident where these people, they spray painted some fucking shit about Cedillo and the mayor, and so I talked to one of the girls, and they say, oh yeah, they're doing whole investigation and shit.
I mean, that can be a possibly terrorist threat or something.
Yeah.
I mean, and I get it, bro. They got to protect themselves because they, you know what I mean.
Oh yeah.
Like we don't, I mean, we don't want nothing to happen to any of them dudes on that any crazy level like that, bro. You know what I mean? It's just it's just politics on your side, right? I mean, it's just a view. You feel like this, they feel like that. Hey, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's just we're just pissed off and tired of everybody getting kicked out and getting harassed and racism and shit. It's a legit argument and shit, right?
Yeah.
Of course we're gonna get pissed off. We're going Northeast LA. I mean, and a lot of the arguments like, well, why the hate? Why the hate? Well, it's not hate. It's that we're angry and shit. We're just angry. We're tired of it, and it's just we're not gonna.
I mean, it's like, what don't you understand about it?
Yeah.
You see what's going on right here.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's like, why would you even ask?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let's kick you out. Let's kick you and your family out to the streets.
Yeah.
And see how you feel.
Exactly.
Let's hike the rent up and fucking keep the fucking minimum wage and everything at the same pay rate and see how you feel.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
they're
crazy.
not gonna like it.
Hell no, they're not gonna like it, dog. You know what I mean? It's like people are fucking really struggling out there, dog. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, the times are good and shit, but times still ain't good for everybody.
Yeah.
Especially when
low income people.
Especially when you got someone that commutes on the bus, you're fucking hiking their rent up. And so you're saying, hey, you can't afford to live here no more, but you can go and live in San Bernardino County. You can go live in Palmdale, but they fail to fucking realize that, hold up, this individual right here commutes on the bus. It works in LA.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, the fuck?
They don't see the big picture.
Nah, you know what I mean? Yeah. They see what they want to see, and that's probably dollar signs. That's fucking in their eyes, fucking gentrification is good, it's growth, you know what I mean? It's getting rid of certain individuals out of that LA area, you know what I mean? But I just have like a different perspective, and like when you're trying to get rid of people, if you're trying to get rid of people at a certain class, are, I mean, that's not a good way to go about it. I mean, it's just making it's making it worse. And, there's some people that do need help. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I like to try to get some rehabs and stuff and try to help certain people. I don't know, bro.
Rehab is most definitely.
And just like you said, like fucking bro, there's like a lot of things that can be done. I don't know. I keep on thinking of the people that I know that are on the streets. You know what I mean? And it's more it's more than a roof over their head. I just keep on thinking about them, bro. You know what I mean? But there's a wide range of different situations in regards to people getting kicked out and not, you know what I mean? They're not fucking. They don't have those problems that some of those people have. You know what I mean? But they need other fucking they need other tools and they need other resources to help them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, everybody's story is different.
Yeah, for sure, dog. I mean, but anyways, bro, like, what's the next step, dog?
So
just you're gonna keep on fighting the good fight, keep on raising awareness.
Yeah, just keep on bringing awareness. Do you want to touch on York Park for real fast?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, so so one of the things, like these gentrifiers, they don't, because they come from other communities, other states and shit. Like they don't know the history of Highland Park, and so York Park, they don't know that it used to be a gas station, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember.
I remember the gas station, bro. Yeah.
So the fucking gas station,
and then it was closed for fucking years, bro. Like that lot was just
because the gas tanks leaked, right? All 4 gas tanks leaked, so they went to the soil and contaminated all the soil.
Yeah.
So the city had to shut it down because of contamination. So when they shut it down, they were telling the owner, they were either trying to buy the lot or they were telling the owner to clean up that lot because of the contamination. But the problem is cleaning up all that oil costs like millions of dollars, dude. It's like a lot of cash. So that's why the owner like really never cleaned it. Obviously. So
so the owner just took a loss on it and just kept it there. Like, hey, I own this property, but I can't do nothing with it.
Yeah.
So
basically, just like, what do you want me to do? I can't.
So did it change ownership, that property? Did the owner sell it?
It changed ownership a couple of times. So I don't know the actual ownership, but like at some point, well, I know for a fact, like what happened was, so the city was telling him to clean it, right? And one of the problems is it actually reached the water underneath Highland Park. There's water tables underneath that Sparkletts use. It contaminated the water, but they never tested how far the contamination went. They only researched that lot. So it obviously went out, but they don't know how far. Whatever.
Yeah.
So they had these reports telling him the action plan and what to do to clean that lot, right? But he never cleaned it for 20 years. So it happened in 2009. The city got another company to do their own report. And this report was like a low risk, cost efficient cleanup plan, which is very little cleanup, right? They only took 5 feet off of the top. Yeah. They never reached the water and shit. So then they used that report to clean up the lot on the directions of that report. After they did that limited cleanup, the owner gave the property to the Park and Recreations for $0 for free. After that, the Parks and Recreations built York Park.
Right.
So that's the history of it. So the problem is, first, they didn't do a proper cleanup from the first couple of reports, which states they had to clean up all the water, all the soil. You literally had to clean up all the soil and all the water from the contamination.
Yeah.
But they only did a limited cleanup. And the second problem is they never really researched how far the contamination went. So it's like these kids are playing on contaminated soil and people are living around water underneath that is contaminated, but we don't know how bad it is. So these gentrifiers, even though we hate these, we don't hate them, but we're angry. They need to know that their kids are playing. Well, they need to know the history of that lot because they don't know.
I mean, how can that affect the kids there?
So what happens, benzene is part of the chemicals that that's in there, and benzene causes leukemia cancer.
Wow.
So a lot of times the vapor
when it's hot.
I don't know exactly.
I mean, like when it's hot, would it be?
The vapors go up and shit.
Yeah.
And as far as the water, because we don't know, what we use that water for or whatever it is, but benzene is like one of the main chemicals.
So the chemicals have penetrated the water lines underneath, and we don't know what water lines, which way those water lines are going, or if it's in just
which way the river goes.
Yeah,
the water where it flows, because they never did research. But this, and it's fucked up because the city for 20 years they never cleaned that, because it's a Latino community. They're like, don't give a fuck. Right?
Yeah, just like fuck it.
Yeah, but once these fucking gentrifiers come in and shit.
I mean, yeah, they're trying to accommodate them.
Yeah,
and they're just like, fuck it. Let's just take 5 fucking feet of dirt off this shit and call it good.
Yeah.
yeah. They're going to love this park.
Yeah.
Let's
give them a park. They're like, oh, it's an empty lot. It's just fucking,
And then fucking, what's that taco joint that's always right there?
Oh, Charlie Tacos?
Charlie Tacos is killing it, dog. Them motherfuckers are famous, dog. Them motherfuckers are Instagram famous, dog.
Oh, is that right?
They got a gang of followers, bro.
Yeah.
They got 50,000. I mean, I could be mistaken, bro, but I believe last time they had 50,000 followers in that shit, dog. Like, that place is low-key kind of famous. That's like a spot that people are like, oh, shit, let's go to Charlie Tacos.
Yeah. I wouldn't eat the tacos, but I wouldn't go to grow on that area. Those people need to know, the history of that lot. Seriously.
Yeah, I mean, they're just man, Highland Park is so fucking... There's so much going on from that, and, I mean, just the fucking... it's just crazy, bro.
There's a lot of shit going on.
There's a lot of shit going on, but I mean, you would think that those people would, I mean, maybe they just feel like, oh, it's not true. These dudes, these people are just trying to take a shot at us. They just hating on that we have this park right here and it's for us, and I don't know, bro. It's just
that's why you gotta show them documentation shit. That's why I show them I show them the reports. Here's the reports. You do your fucking due diligence, you do your fucking research, and you come up with your own conclusion.
Yeah, I mean that's what I like about having people like you, dog, because you're fucking smarter than me on the subjects, bro. You know what I mean? And I just like, like people like myself, bro. We need to hear this shit, bro. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Especially that park. People need to know. I never knew. I lived there all my life, but the only way I found out about it is because when they were building York Park, some girl came on. She was like, "Oh, my dad was the first geologist that did a report there, and he stated that that park is so contaminated that it will never be clean and shit." Yeah. And then that's how I learned about that gas. The remembrance about the gas station and then the lot. So I didn't even know, right?
Yeah.
So it's there's a lot.
I mean, I knew something was up. That shit was closed for a gang of years, bro. You know what I mean? Yeah. There's always just a lot right there, bro. You know what I mean? Closing just, go and. I mean, that's.
Yeah, but these fucking gentrifiers are like, oh, we're cleaning up your fucking place because they think we just abandoned all our buildings and shit, right?
Yeah.
There's empty lots and shit, so they're building coffee shops. But they don't realize that
they're thinking that we should be walking around thanking them every time we.
Yeah, right. Yeah, hey, how's it going, neighbor?
Yeah, hey, thanks a lot, man. You really cleaned our neighborhood up for us.
Thanks for getting rid of all the gangs, sir.
Yeah,
somebody gets shot on.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Yeah, no, it's stupid. But we'll see what happens. Next 5-10 years, the market always corrects itself. We'll just see what happens.
How are the businesses doing on Figueroa and York? You got these gentrifiers coming in, newcomers coming in. They're opening up these fucking, some of them seem like pretty high end shops. You know what I mean? And which are pricing which is out of the community's price, right? You know what I mean? I mean, of what they can afford, bro. You know what I mean? I don't know what the fuck are they thinking though, bro? You're gonna come in. You're going to open up this shop, you know what I mean? You said it's 60%. Still 60% is
low income.
Yeah, low income community, bro. You know what I mean? How are their businesses doing?
A lot of them not doing good because of the price of their paying, the rent. So what they're doing, a lot of them is getting liquor license because you can make a lot of money off of liquor.
All the time, bro.
Yeah, they can survive. But other than that, these people are not, they're just sitting on their capital and shit, just spending money.
What's crazy in the hood and shit in hard times when that recession was cracking off, there was no work and shit like that.
Yeah.
But on the everybody selling drugs was just killing the game. Bro.
Yeah, I know, right?
Liquor stores still killing the game. People were drinking even more. You know what I mean? Losing their jobs. They're still finding a way to get that fucking liquor, that alcohol. drugs were fucking just flying off the motherfucking rack or whatever you want to call it, bro. Like, you know what I mean? It's just, but like, it made me think of that shit, dog, because I fucking, you know, I fucking lost my job and shit during that time. And I had to resort back to the street life and shit, dog. And I tripped out on the street life because I said, damn, you know what I mean? Everyone that was working jobs and shit, they're fucking, they're fucking, splitting the sandwich or however you want to say it, bro. Instead of steak, they got ground beef, bro. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then everybody that was in the dope game and shit, homie, you know what I mean? It's like, oh, that's where the steaks are at. You know what I mean? You know, it was crazy how there was just so much money in that fucking underground circuit of fucking drug business and all that other crooked shit, dog. You know what I mean? But
alcohol sells.
I mean, but on that note though, like, all right, fool, like this little motherfucking hipster shop didn't work out. But if we fucking add some wine and beer to this shit, you know what I mean? You know, they gonna come.
Yeah, exactly. And they're like, hey, fucking Cedillo, hook us up with the fucking liquor license.
And he's like, hey, no problem, man. But what you got for me? You know? Chip him off real quick, homie. You know what I mean? It's a fucking rap, bro.
It's a rap, fool. Dude, I learned that shit because, dude, we fought these liquor licenses. We did everything to the book, dude. We gave good reasons. There was like town hall meetings, emails. There's like hundreds and hundreds of people just like, you know, like saying no. And then, you know, months later, they all got their liquor license. Who gives a fuck about parking? You know, parking, they'll figure it out. Like, what the fuck, dude? Like, you got some comments there?
Yeah, no, I got Lucci right here. He says, what can communities do to smarten up and hold the line against gentrification? Well, go to workshops, educate themselves, like you were saying.
I mean, it's, and people always ask me, like, you know, like, how do you fight it? Like, there's no plan, there's no book on like how to fight this, because like we're just learning and shit, right? Because with me, I'm just learning, like I just learned how to fight a liquor license, right? You know,
is it hard?
Nah,
how much is a liquor license?
I don't know, it's like 100,000 or something like that.
Damn, it's a chunk.
Yeah.
I mean, can I pay that off in some payments or something? Or
I don't know. Those fucking people, I don't know, dude, but like it's a whole process and shit, right? It's like a whole, like a lot of people don't have time to like, but it's a lot of research, a lot of fucking shit. To, I mean, there's no book that you go by how to fight this. We just like we're literally throwing shit at the wall to see if that shit sticks. Seriously, right?
I've been doing that shit all my life, dog.
Like,
I mean, what's what's worse though is we throwing shit against the wall, and then once in a while you gotta dodge one coming right back at you, dog. Like that. Fuck's over there.
Yeah. Nah,
fucking shit dodging contest, homie.
Dude,
some bullshit, dog. Going down Figueroa. I mean, how do the cops feel about this, bro? Like all these, I mean, I know it's good for the city, you know what I mean? It puts more money into that area right there, bro. But there's more DUIs, more drug. But then again, they get money from DUIs. I mean, like, is it just the big plan, bro?
No, they're fucking pissed because I some guy, he was some cops go to his business, right, to eat. And the cops are bitching about because 90% of their calls now are from these fucking gentrifiers, right? But they're like bullshit calls, right? They're like from, oh, my neighbor's dog is just fucking barking. The Chihuahua can't stop barking. Can you come down? It's just like bullshit.
They're
calls.
Pissed.
Bullshit. Yeah. So,
4th of July.
Yeah.
What about 4th of July, homie? They're like, what the fuck is going on here? It's a fucking war.
Yeah. Because
boom, motherfucking. I mean, like the hood got motherfucking grenades on the 4th of July. You know what I mean? And it's scaring the shit out of them. They're like fucking Todd, Sandy.
Yeah. They never seen this shit in their life because they come from New
TV,
York.
They're fucking flinching. Like, what the fuck was that? Son of a bitch, that shook the whole house. You know what I mean?
They never see such a thing because they're from out of state. And we're like the only fucking city that does that, right?
Yeah.
Like, so they're like, what the fuck is that? What the officer? Yeah. Like, there's a fucking gunshots or like there's bombs here. So yeah, they're getting all kinds of bullshit calls, dude. So they're like, they're not happy because they're, you know.
I mean, they got to filter through the calls and be like, hey, you know what? Yeah. There's this many of us on shift. We got to filter through the calls and see what we're going to take and what we're not going to take.
Yeah. But you know, a lot of these gentrifiers, they just keep on it. You know, they just keep on complaining and shit.
Hey, so check it out. We got my boy Lucci right here. He goes, I think the education factor is not there for our people, and that's why money has a one up on us when it infiltrates the hood. Yeah, true that, bro.
Oh yeah, most
true
definitely.
that. What else we got right here? We need to invest, not spend, 100%. It's a fact. Lower income people are bigger consumers too, for sure. What's the definition of a gentrifier? Let's start there. Besides money, what do they have that we don't have? Well, they have apparently more information than us.
Oh
right?
yeah.
They're informed and
they got money
and they have the desire to find out the loops and hurdles that they need to get through to make certain things happen and shit. So I think at the end of the day is they're just like besides money would be education, right?
Yeah. They're very, very well educated. They know how the system works. They use the system. They just outprice us and everything. All the restaurants and bars and rentals, houses, they just straight up outprice us, and that's how one of the ways they take over and shit is straight up outprice us.
Outprice us. It's like a fucking bidding war. You can't win with them.
Yeah.
So it's just money, bro.
And it makes sense. I remember I was doing a club one time.
I mean, you can throw money at anything, bro, and make it go away or make it happen for you.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead, though.
Yeah. So we're getting fucking gangsters coming in. So one of the things we did was just raise the price and shit, right? Because we knew they were going to pay. So they stopped coming.
Yeah. No. And what was this for? And what was this again?
Oh, it's just like some club I was doing.
Oh, so a bunch of gangsters started rolling through and like, damn, this fool's gonna fuck this shit up.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah. They were about to get robbed and shit, right? We're like, fuck this, we'll just fucking charge more and shit. But that's a tool that they use is they outprice us. They use money, as a weapon and shit. They just like, these fucking restaurants, we can't afford a fucking $13 what's it, avocado and toast. Like we're not gonna we talk shit about it, but we never go visit them. But that's one of the problems that they have is they need the community to fucking survive as businesses, and that's one of the things they're not. So a lot of them are not staying there that long.
Yeah,
because you actually need the community to have your business like succeed.
Exactly. If you don't have a community behind you, bro, like if they're not going to your restaurant or they're not supporting your fucking business, bro, then you ain't shit. You're gonna sink.
Yeah,
you know so,
eventually you're gonna sink. You're
gonna. So just on that note, then the new gentrified businesses in Highland Park, being the fact that it's a 60, what did you say? It's a 60-40 split.
60%, yeah.
So that makes it a 60-40 split, right? So 40% of those people are making sure that they're supporting the gentrified businesses, and then you got certain cats that really don't give a fuck. They're like, hey, that's there, and I'm gonna fucking go there. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Opposed to being like, hey, these people are here to get us out of here. I'm not going to support that business. I mean, I guess the best thing that we can do, community can do, is not support gentrified businesses.
Yeah, well,
that's the biggest thing you can do.
Yeah, well, we don't. A
lot of us don't.
Yeah, you're right. You got some,
and then you got a lot of cats that are talking shit, but they're at Donut Fiend, fucking getting a motherfucking dozen, homie.
Yeah, exactly. A perfect example is like a Latina. She was a business owner in Eagle Rock and shit, and she was going to a blind barber, right, getting drinks there. She's some
wait, blind barber getting drinks. Explain to people that don't know what that is.
Okay, so the blind barber is this fucking barbershop, and then in the back is this fucking hidden bar, right? This fucking
is it legal?
Yeah, it's legal.
Damn, so you can have alcohol in barbershops.
The bar is behind the barbershop.
So it's not technically one establishment. But you can get a drink and walk into the barber area.
That's a good question. See, that's one of the things we have to like learn and research,
Yeah.
But I think they do
because I think it comes when you got hair and food, bro. You know what I mean? Like
They do serve food and beer. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. But for somehow it's legal. I don't know. Like I haven't really gotten into that. But so this Latina goes in there, right? Supporting the new bar and shit. She finds out they don't want her in there. So what happens is they accuse her of fucking smoking. And she's like, I don't smoke. And then the bodyguard comes in and fucking straight up kicks her out, fucking manhandles her.
Smoking what, like cigarettes?
Yeah, cigarettes and shit.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you do have people coming in there supporting their businesses, but then they do they soon find out, but these fucking businesses don't want them there because a lot of times what they do is they don't serve them and shit. They refuse. They'll look at you,
yeah,
and they'll walk away. The bartender, like
that's crazy.
They'll
Bro.
take 5-10 minutes.
I gotta pee real quick, bro.
Okay,
Keep on.
yeah.
You know what I mean? We got people watching right now, bro. I mean, tell another story, or you know what I mean? Enlighten them, dog. Give me a second.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm just saying, like, a lot of these bars, like, they're a lot of them are racist, and they don't want like Latino community members going in there, and so a lot of times what they do is they don't serve us. Like York Bar is one of the main ones. They actually have a lawsuit. They had a lawsuit against them for discrimination and assault, I think. But so yeah, they were straight up not serving Latinos, and they still don't, because if you look at their Yelp reviews, there's a lot of Yelp reviews where people are stating that they don't get served. But they did have a lawsuit for discrimination, and they actually settled the day of the court date. So yeah, and then there's the majority of the restaurants and bars, they don't really serve the Latino community. Other than that, yeah, I mean, just a lot of racism. Just a lot of people getting kicked out. Like once the landlords found out that people are paying this ridiculous price for the rent, like all the landlords, all the apartments are just like straight getting kicked out. All the people are getting kicked out, legally and not legally, because we got some rent control buildings. Luckily, we have a tenants union in our community. It's called NELA, Northeast Local, and they're part of the tenants union. And if anybody needs help with learning renters' rights and fighting eviction, you could go to their meetings. They have meetings twice, Wednesdays, twice a month. So that's a good resource that we have there. That another organization that fights for the people and shit. So yeah, I was telling them that
I'm back.
That we do have resources for that people are getting kicked out, because there's a lot of residents, a lot of tenants that are getting kicked out right now. It's like this, it's just a mass evictions and shit. But then
where are they going, dog? Some of them are ending up on the streets. Some of them are just.
So a couple of months ago, we found out that there's 200 students in Highland Park, 8 schools. I'll go back to that. So a lot of them, because this is their community, right? This is where their friends are. This is where their teachers are at. So a lot of kids, they want to stay in their school. They want to finish off their schooling in Highland Park because, this is what they know. So a lot of them either, live with their tias, a lot of them live in the cars. Everybody has a different situation, but we found, but the way we found out is because Burbank Junior High School, they one of the teachers put an alert that 36 students were homeless and they needed resources, they needed clothes. So we're like, fuck, 36 at Burbank? Like, we knew that was a problem, but we didn't know.
At Burbank Junior High School.
Burbank Junior High School.
So how many students?
36 students.
So you got 36 students
homeless that still go to
in Burbank Junior High School. These aren't college students. These are freaking kids.
Yeah, kids.
Kids that are homeless.
Yeah.
This is what gentrification is doing. Yeah. When I talked to, I'm not gonna, I won't put them out on blast, but I talked to a business owner. They're from Highland Park, raised in Highland Park, and they said, this is fucking great.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
This is great for us.
Yeah, because they raise the prices, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is great for us.
Yeah. But they don't see that fucking 12-year-old kid. I actually seen one the other day. It was pretty sad. It was at Meridian and Figueroa, and I seen the mom and the daughter getting ready in their car, right? And you could tell they had their stuff in the car, and the kid was getting ready to go to school. They don't see that. They don't see the kid sleeping in the car, ready to go, getting ready in the car to go to school.
Yeah.
What they do see is their fucking, $30 whatever, right?
Yeah.
That's what they see. That they see what they're benefiting about.
Yeah, for sure.
But they don't see the whole picture, as a lot of people don't. And the whole picture is a fucking mess. It's like, it's really fucking bad. It's just like, it's really bad. But people don't see it. So, you got your shot going on there?
You good?
Yeah, no, I'm good. All
right, brother.
I got to work and shit.
Yeah, no, for sure, dog. Hey, so a lot of you guys don't know, man, but Mando's a badass producer, makes beats.
Oh yeah, I made a couple of your songs. Huh?
He's made a couple of my songs.
Did you do the rap, the last beat I sent you?
Yeah, I mean, I started on it, bro. You know what, bro?
Do you still have it? I think,
yeah, I do. I have it, bro. I mean,
can you send it to me? Because I think I fucking erased it.
I mean, well, I just had it off of the YouTube. Yeah,
okay.
Erased it, then. But anyways, I mean, I just took a break from it, bro. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, the numbers ain't right, bro. You know, if the numbers ain't right, you get. I mean, I officially took a fucking L on that shit, dog. You know what I mean? I ain't mad about it. You know, and it is what it is, dog. You know what I mean? You know, it's hard making music when you're the biggest fan of your own music. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, damn, that shit was hard as fuck. And then it's like, what? You know what I mean? Come on, what's going on here? You don't feel the same way. But anyways. Yeah, this is one that Mando produced right here. Let me play it right now. I'll play like a minute of it real quick so you guys can just check it out. But Mando got skills. You got a lot of skills, bro. You know what I mean? You know, you're multi-talented motherfucker, dog. Here we go. Thanks.
Punk rock.
That's that punk rock hip hop shit, dog. I mean, it's not for everybody, but Mando made that beat right there, man.
Yeah, I like that beat, dog.
Nah, that beat's cool, dog. That shit's pretty hard, dog. You got skills, dog. When you made this one beat and it had piano in it, and I said, hey, I said, bro, like, I don't know why, dog, but at the time I pictured you making, this was years ago, bro. I mean, this is years ago, and I think you were on a different mindset back then. You know what I mean? I think we all were. You know what I mean? We both were. You know what I mean? But anyways, I just pictured you making it, dog, because back then it just seemed like you were just on something else, bro. And I just pictured you in a fucking dark room, dog. You know what I mean? With a bottle of liquor right there.
Probably
dog.
was.
You know what I mean?
Probably was.
A bottle of liquor, bro. You know what I mean? And just like times are hard. It was during the recession, dog. Times are hard, bro. You know what I mean? And I just felt like you were just like down and out. And you made this fucking beat, bro, that just had so much heart in it, dog. Oh, fuck, I'm gonna fucking find it, dog. You know what I mean? But I just remember listening and had this fucking piano shit on it, dog. And I was just like, damn, bro, this is some fucking deep shit right here, dog.
It was, dog. I probably was in the dark room.
I was like, damn, this is some deep. And I pictured you.
I
Pictured you. Hey, but big shout out to Shannon right here. Shannon's been showing some love. A lot of comments from her. What does she say? Start by reading Rich Dad, Poor Dad. We're going to have to check that out.
The Asian guy?
Is that what that is?
Yeah.
Yeah? Is it a good book? You read it?
It's about real estate investing, you know. Everybody's different and shit, and how to find, way. It's just, the real estate is the real estate market.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. And then we got what else she said? She said the same we study. Oh, that's Lucci right there commenting on that. Learn business laws, tax laws about investments and real estate investing, etc. Yeah, for sure. We got to educate ourselves.
Yeah, for the next crash and shit, so we know exactly,
I mean, like, bro, like I said before, dog, this is just a fucking this is just a fucking eye opener. You know, if this doesn't make you smarter for the next time, like prepare yourself for the next, when the next time comes.
Yeah, we gotta be ready for the next time.
You know, and that's it, dog. You know what I mean? But we're already at 2 hours and 20 minutes, bro. Time motherfucking flies, dog. You know what I mean? Yeah, but let's go ahead and give all your social media out, bro, so people can get in contact with you. Yeah. Like if you have any questions in regards to workshops, gentrification, Northeast Los Angeles, you know what I mean? This is where my boy is based out of. But other communities, this LA is.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah, other communities, man. You know what I mean? I want you guys to feel free to reach out to my boy right here. Ask him questions if you can help. You know what I mean? Be a part of it. You know what I mean? But go ahead, give your socials, bro.
Also, it's my Facebook is it's a closed group. It's Highland Park, Northeast Los Angeles. It has a big NELA brown logo on it. So, and then IG, the Instagram is same thing. It's North _ Los Angeles, North _ NELA. But you can find it with the NELA. logo brown. So yeah, so on there's a lot of information you can learn. It's not only happening in Highland Park; it's happening in different communities like Lincoln Heights, Cypress Park. They're just barely starting off. If you're from the neighborhood, you can ask me questions on how to fight it or where to get your renters' rights information because that's one of the main things. Learn your rights because we do have rights if it's a rent control building. If it's not a rent control building, we're pretty much asked out. But they still there's a tenants union that will help you for free and fight whatever situation you're in if you're getting evicted. It's just like a $3 membership for every month. You don't even have to pay, but you just go down there, tell them your problems, and they will help you. They're a big organization that they're different locals in different communities. That's one of the main big resources that we have. Other than that, you can do your own research. It's a lot of research. You got Google. That's the way I go about it. Because I'm like I said, throwing shit at the wall, learning myself as it goes by. But if you have any questions like murals, cultural affairs, anything that has to do that's affecting your community, you can ask me, and I can more or less point you the way to go about it.
All right, brother. Hey, thank you so much, my boy. Keep doing what you're doing for the people that. Bro, I'm just gonna thank you from everybody else, the people that ain't got a chance to thank you, dog. You fighting the good fight. You fucking, you're putting the information out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's what you're doing. You're putting the information. It's not shit you're making up. It's statistics and shit that's going on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I just want to thank you, dog, for. This is Hood Stocks number 2, bro. You're number 2. You know what I mean?
Yeah. 2 hours, right? Number 2.
Yeah. Next time, dog, we got to get you back here soon, dog, and just see what what else is going on, bro. I know we weren't able to touch on all bases. You know what I mean?
Oh, there's a lot of shit.
Yeah, I know there's a ton of shit going on, and I know after this interview, bro, I'm gonna be like, because I had a bunch of shit, bro. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna be like, fuck, I should have asked him this, but next time, I'll we'll get that out the way. But this is Hood Stocks. This is your boy Lucky Sun Zoo. All sponsors, anybody interested in sponsoring this show, feel free to DM me at Lucky Sun Zoo on Instagram. That is spelled LuckySuntzu, Lucky Sun Zoo. Holler at me. We'll get some sponsors going on right here. If there's anybody that you feel that should be on this show, you want to hear, they got a good story to tell. They're interesting individuals. They can be anything. They can be, it's just someone with a good story. They don't have to be musicians. They don't have to be, community activists. But yeah, this platform is open for anybody in the community with something solid to talk about.
Cool.
And so, Mando Medina, appreciate you, my boy. We out here.
Other people's story, huh? A lot of people.
Yeah. All right.